Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first road game of the 2021 season between your Gilmer Buckeyes and last year's state finalist in 4A Division I, the Lindale Eagles. We are here in beautiful Lindale, Texas tonight in the stadium. I've got the voice of the Buckeyes with me, Mr. Jeff Rash.
Hey, Todd. Nice to be here tonight. We come to beautiful Eagles Stadium over here in Lindale, Texas, where Buckeyes are going to take on the Lindale Eagles tonight. And I predict personally this might be probably the best test they're going to have so far this year.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Metzel on the field before the game, and he said absolutely that this is the best team that we have faced so far in this young season. But Jeff, the next 2 weeks are going to really kind of tell the tale in preparation for a bye week. 3 weeks from now before the district season starts and everything goes back to 0-0. But right now, Jeff, you got a defending state champion or defending state finalist in the Lindale Eagles in 4A Division I. Next week, of course, the showdown, the vaunted Carthage Bulldogs in Carthage, 2 back-to-back games for the Buckeyes. I think we'll really see what this young Buckeye team is all about these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Like I said, this is going to be probably their biggest challenge so far this year. The Lindale Eagles, a very good team coming off of a state championship game last year, just like the Buckeyes. Great tradition here. These are going to be, what you're going to see tonight is a very well-coached football team. We're talking to Alan Metzel this morning and about what to expect about, tonight's game. You're going to see a team that, number one, will play all 4 quarters. They will not lay down. They're extremely well coached. They execute extremely well. This is going to come down to 2 pretty evenly matched football teams from a coaching standpoint. So you're going to have a lot of good strategy out there employed on both sides of the ball. What it's going to come down to is probably the athleticism that's going to determine the game tonight. I like the Gilmer Buckeyes by at least 14, maybe 21 points in tonight's game.
I think you're dead on, Jeff. Of course, last year the Buckeyes win this game in Gilmer on a last-second field goal by Hernandez, but the difference was then they had the big running back. You remember Mr. Justin Jordan, that's now a Baylor Bear, Sikkim Bears. As an alum, I can say that and root for him now. But last year he was big, bruising. He broke a couple of long runs, and once he got loose, it was up to the Buckeyes to kind of track him down. He had a huge first quarter, and the Buckeyes kind of hung in there. And of course, we didn't know that team both those teams would be playing in Jerry's World. But we did say at the time, this is a good football team.
Yeah, we said they're going to be deep in the playoffs. And keep in mind, last year, the first 4 or 5 games, we talked about this during the coaches show this week with Alan. First 4 or 5 games, the Gilmer Buckeyes had trouble putting together 4 quarters. The first 3 games, we were a second half team, with 3rd and 4th quarter. Then we'd put together a first half, and then and so it took us a little while to get our mojo. And Alan pointed out that it's because he felt like it was because they lost all the spring from COVID, that they didn't get to do all the prep work they normally do in the spring, and so it kind of threw them behind. And so all the interruptions with COVID, as complicated as our offense is, was hurting us getting 4 quarters put together. Obviously, by game 5 or 6, they had all the kinks worked out, and they were Buckeyes all the way to the state championship from there. But what you're going to see that's different, not only do they not have the big back to rely on this year that went to the Bears, but you got a Buckeye football team down here that have put together 3 games with all 4 quarters intact. So that's going to be it's a different thing this time.
Yeah, a different Buckeye team, of course, led by number 11 Brandon Tennyson. He's probably the best player in 4A, and that's probably all classifications. And really, he's kind of had things on cruise control. Threw for 5 touchdowns last week and kind of made it look easy. He hasn't really gone to his, what may be his strength as a dual threat with his legs, because as you said, Jeff, there's just so many weapons all over the field for the Buckeyes that you really just kind of are sad that you only got one football. You'd really like to kind of spread it around. We saw Jay Rockwell with 2 big touchdown catches last week. He really hadn't been part of everything or as involved and targeted as he was last week. And then you got to think about somebody like a young man I talked to last night at the JV game, Cody Guidry, and he was such a prominent part of the offense. Where this year he's kind of been able to ease himself in and stay very healthy with his legs. He's so fast twitch. He kind of had some hamstring problems, and now he's healthy. So all around, I think it's a much improved Buckeye team. I think it's a team looking for an identity tonight in Lindale. They come into tonight's contest 1-2, but they lost to Kaufman and they lost to Van. 3 points to Kaufman and 2 points to Van on the last-second field goal. So they feel like they're trying to get back to that level, and they're coming in tonight really with the mentality of, this is our state championship game. So look for Lindale, especially at home tonight, to play the best game that they've played all year. And the Buckeyes are, I think, prepared to get their best shot tonight.
Yeah, we got the Buckeyes making their way out to the big orange G. They're going to be making their appearance on the field shortly, and then they'll be followed in by the Lindale Eagles. And so we're getting ready for kickoff. It feels like Friday night, and I tell you what, the weather has shifted, Todd, and it's starting to feel like fall a little bit, and you can just feel football in the air. Mark Skinner was talking about it when we get out of the truck today, arriving here. It just feels like football, and I tell you what, we've been talking about it last week. We kind of said the star of the show is somebody that, or a group that doesn't normally get the recognition they probably deserve, but I felt like it was the offensive line. The way they set up screens, we went back and looked at it on film. We even showed some highlights on the coach's show. But that offensive line down there is a different animal from what they were even last year. That took us to size, speed. There was one play in particular that we had a touchdown run. I believe it was the one that Haynes ran down the right sideline, and it was a screen as the Lindale Eagles make their way to the field. And it was a screen set up to the right side. Buckeyes also making their way to the field. And but they were running a screen to the right side, and we looked back, and one of the offensive linemen were running about 5 yards behind him. And so it was like, and I believe that was it Jenkins? Is that his? Yeah,
it's big Braden Clinton.
Braden Clinton, yeah. Braden Clinton is a very powerful offensive lineman down there playing the tackle position, and he has got not only the size and the strength, but he also has the speed. This offensive line, be looking for that this week, because that's what we faced last year against Carthage. It was just it was one in the trenches on both sides of the ball. They were just so big and so physical. They destroyed anything you try to get going as a team. Well, this year Gilmer, that thing's kind of flipped a little bit, and Gilmer's got a good offensive line.
Well, yeah, and Joe, another thing that's interesting tonight is, as we're going to turn our attention here over to the band, and speaking of the band, to play the national anthem, Jeff, we have the Battle of the Bands tonight, both military-style bands, and the #1 band in the state from last year is on right now for the national anthem. That's the Lindale Eagle High School Band.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And back here to Eagle Stadium, where your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to come on for the coin toss. And Jeff, just as we were talking about the bands and Lindale as they just played the national anthem there, the number one ranked military-style band in the state at marching contest last year was the Lindale Eagle Band, and the bronze medalist, the number 3 spot, was the Gilmer Buckeye Band. So we will have both bands tonight.
We got 2 battles going on the field tonight.
2 battles, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So we've got the captains coming out for the Gilmer Buckeyes is number 7. That's Big Smooth. That's Jaron Choice. Number 8. Number 9 for the Buckeyes. That's Jay Rockwell. Number 6, Will Blakely. And I can't see the end there, Jeff. Is that Mr. Clinton, big number 58, out there as well?
Todd, I'm 51. I can't tell.
By the way, Jeff, we wanted to wish a happy birthday to our classmate and compatriot who's listening tonight, Mr. Kurt Traylor. KT had a birthday last night, and he wanted me to tell you guys that he, although with you, Jeff, may be the oldest of our group, that he's by far and away the most in shape and the best looking.
Oh, okay.
And nobody disagrees, Kurt.
Okay.
We win the toss and elect to defer to the second half, so it looks like we're going to have the ball second tonight, and the Black Flag defense will come out to start things. And Jeff, you can tell Lindale receiving, just looking at their captains, that's a different class of athlete that you're looking at this week than you've seen the last couple of weeks facing off with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, Gilmer picked to win the game, of course, but certainly going to be probably, I think, one of their better challenges this year. You never know till you play the game, but I think we're going to see, they're going to, like I said, they're well coached. They're going to execute well. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. We don't anticipate a lot of penalties out of them. They play good heads up, mental sharpness. So it's just a good football team, and it's extremely well coached. So they're going to give you all 4 quarters. I just think the Buckeyes' athleticism is going to be the biggest determining factor in this game.
Yeah, and as you said, Jeff, we will have a 4-quarter football game tonight on both sides of the ball. Of course, Lindale coming into tonight, once again, 1-2. The Buckeyes are 3-0 coming in tonight. But Lindale has lost both of their games, both to Kaufman and to Van last week, by a grand total of 7 points. So they've been in some close ball games. They're going to try to keep this close until the 4th quarter tonight. And so we will kick things off here, Jeff, as the Buckeyes first right out of the box. It's nice to see those clean, bright white uniforms that the Buckeyes travel with so well. Number 20, Hernandez, will be kicking it off, and I will kick it to the voice of the Buckeyes for the kickoff tonight, Jeff Rash.
Yeah, we want to thank Joe Dodd for being our cameraman tonight. So if the camera operating stinks tonight, it's going to be Joe's fault.
Don't email Eric Conitz.
Yeah, Eric Conitz is home doing a little recovery under the weather, but we'll be glad to have him back next week. And here's the kickoff down to the 20-yard line, and that's going to be blown dead. Did he wave a fair catch?
He waved for a fair catch, and then he went to return it, and normally that would be a flag, but no flag as of yet, as he did wave for a fair catch.
All right, so they're going to get started. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. So let's see what the Eagles are going to bring out on their first offensive possession. This Buckeye defense has truly been stingy this year. We talk about that front 7 especially. You look at the size, the humanity down there on that defensive line, and they are backed up by guys not much smaller in the linebacking core. They're going to fake the handoff, roll to the left side, and they are going deep right off the bat, and what a catch. They're going to say he dropped it.
Boy, Roe Llewellyn got sucked up into the wake there with the run fake and made a great recovery through his hands straight up. And the Buckeyes were fortunate as Coach Cochran there dialing up, going deep right off the bat. And they had us there, Jeff, and it was just the makeup ground from Roe Llewellyn that got that one back in check.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting him to do that right from, first down. Here's the handoff on the left side, reverse, picks up a great block from the quarterback and a nice run. And this is what we're talking about. These guys execute so clean That was a tackle made there by number 13 for the Buckeyes. That was Tyson Wilson.
Picks up 7 yards, makes it third down.
7-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for Eagles. Looking pretty good, pretty sharp, pretty crisp.
Good block there on the outside linebacker, Arona, that sprung that.
All right, trip receivers to the left side, dropping back, passing. Got a man running on an out route. He's going to be just shy of the first down. That was Cody Guidry there to make the stop for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they're going to give them a first down on that.
Great
spot. As they say, move the chains.
Yeah, that was a hometown spot right there.
That was definitely a hometown spot. We want to say a special hello out to Mr. Pat Kemp that is listening to us at home tonight, and appreciate him listening as always. Got to talk to him today.
All right, handoff up the middle. Buckeyes smash that for a loss. They're going to drop a 2-yard loss on that play, bring up 2nd and 12. That defensive line led over there by number 44 was the first guy there, I think, Matthew Burton.
Yeah,
you hear his name a lot when it comes to tackles.
Yeah, where there is a tackle for a loss in the backfield, number 44 is not far away.
All right, total shift here. They're going to shift 3 men to the right, 1 back to the left side. You're going to see a lot of motion tonight trying to confuse the defense, and it's a handoff around the left side. Big gain as they make up about 10 yards, 11 yards on the carry. It's going to be short of the first down, but again, look how well they executed that play. It's going to make it 3rd and 1.
They just collapsed the right side of the line there with a cutback lane, and number 56 for the Buckeyes, Derek Borda, took an inside stunt and got caught up in that traffic, and that just sprung the running back. Now it's 3rd down and short, right where Lindale wants to be.
All right, Lindale sends trip receivers to the left side. They're in the shotgun with 1 back. Here's the handoff up the middle, and there is nothing there. He dives forward, might have picked up the first down, looks like he did. So they're going to move the chains once again. That's the 2nd first down, and the offensive unit looking really sharp for the Lindale Eagles so far.
And more importantly, they've taken 25% of this first quarter off the clock, and they've kept the ball away from the Buckeyes and the dangerous offense. Buckeyes winning the toss and electing to defer, but the Eagles 2 first downs to start this drive.
I got a little confusion down there. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Handoff up the middle. Look at this hole, and just a great big gap right up the gut for a 7-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3rd, and right now Lindale just moving the ball extremely well against this tough black flag defense.
Yeah, number 54 Borda Braylon Ward for the Buckeyes stunted to the inside, and they ran right where he left from.
Another handoff, this time to the left side. And he runs into the brick wall that is number 44 once again, Matthew Burton. And that is going to be probably, I think they're going to say he got back maybe to the line of scrimmage before he got pushed back.
Yeah, the Buckeyes are going to have to stop him here because every spot is going to be generous for the Lindale Eagles playing at home here tonight with a Tyler Chapter in to call the game. This is an opportunity right here for the Buckeyes to get a tackle for a loss and get off the field here with 8:42 left to play in the first quarter.
Trip receivers to the right side. Quarterback in the backfield by himself in the shotgun. Buckeyes rushing 3. Quarterback keeper bounces back to the left side. What a great move. And just still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line. And that was just a great effort there by number 17, the quarterback. That is Sam Peterson. And great play calling. And you notice the speed of the game. They do like the Buckeyes. They want to move fast. They don't want the Buckeyes to have time defensively to set up and see what their looks are. And so they are moving the ball down the field and getting off plays very quickly. So far, very effective on their first drive against the Buckeyes. Trip receivers right, got a man in motion, and he's coming into the backfield. Slot to the left. Handoff, left side, tailback, picking up yards, fighting his way forward, diving for the pylon, trying to get that extra yard. He's going to be just shy of the first down, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 1. Lindale Eagles looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, 3 big hits on the running back, but nobody wraps him up, and he just keeps his feet moving and gets out all the way for a 9-yard pickup, knocking on the door of the red zone. The Buckeye black flag's going to have to bow its neck here.
Okay, trip receivers to the right side. Quarterback is alone in the backfield. 2nd and 1. Will this be a quarterback keeper to the left side maybe? No, they're going to pass on 2nd down, and we're picking off number 2.
Look out.
Coming down there is Parker Gillo. He's got one man to beat. And he almost does down inside the 20-yard line. So the momentum broken, and what a backbreaker for the Lindale Eagles is Parker Gilo. He throws it literally right to him, and Parker Gilo, being one of our starting wideouts, sure not going to drop that one, and does a great job getting back up the field.
After the interception, illegal block in the back on the return team.
Illegal block in the back.
First down, Gilmer.
And that's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so that's going to bring us all the way back from, instead of being at the 20, Buckeyes are going to get moved back to about the 50. And so the foul happened on the 40, and that's a spot foul, so that backs them up 10 yards from the foul. So we just lost 30 yards, but I'll take the interception the way the Eagles were driving the ball down, getting almost down inside the red zone. So Buckeyes come out with trip receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and in the backfield, they're going to shift now. Haynes comes back to the backfield. Tennyson from the shotgun. Handoff, right side, number 29, around the right side, and boy, they do a great job defensively, getting penetration, getting off their block, and drop Tennyson for about a 2-yard loss.
That's Haynes, Jeff. That's
excuse me, Haynes.
On the handoff. And the Eagles just slant right to that. They actually know exactly what Gilmer's tendencies are, and they played at that play.
All right, here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass, fires a bullet. Complete, I believe that was number 2. Who is that? Number 9, is that Rockwell over on the right side? No, that's Parker Gilo. They're a mile from us, and we're old. But just shy of the first down. Picks up about 10 on that one. He's going to be 3rd and 1. Haynes in the backfield. Kind of a tight package. Anticipate this to go to Haynes. Nope, they're going to pass. They're going to dump it out to Haynes to the right side. Got blockers and just tripped up. I thought he was going to take that one to the house. And finally, we're down here where we should have started in the first place. We're going to be on about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, fabulous read there by Brandon Tennyson. He sees that, dumps it right out to his hot read, which is 29 Haynes, and he is literally a shoestring away from taking that one to the house, Jeff, as you said.
2 receivers wide left, 1 wide right. We got 1 man in the slot. It's Rockwell, the big guy. And then we got Haynes in the backfield. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, left side. And he doesn't get around there quick enough and gets dropped for a loss of about 6 yards, all the way back to the 30-yard line. It looked like Tennyson may be trying to look for a block to set up that just never did.
Yeah, Jeff, they're selling out on the defensive front to the outside and trying to make sure that the Buckeye speed doesn't get wide. Coach Metzel is going to see that, Coach Brody from the press box, and the little bitty shovel pass back to the inside is going to be wide open. But right now, Jeff, the Buckeyes have a touchdown because they call a timeout. That's a smart move by the coach there. It's a single coverage and two guys wide open to the upside. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back with a big 3rd down play, 15 for the Buckeyes.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goddard & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goddard & Young.
And back to Lindale, where the Lindale Eagles win the toss. They pick up several first downs, 3 to be exact, before they throw an interception to Parker Gilo. Parker returns it all the way down to the 20, but an illegal block in the back brings it back to the 50. Buckeyes pick up a couple of first downs, and then a tackle for a loss on the last play brings up 3rd and 15 for the Buckeyes from their Lindale 30-yard line. Big play here, Jeff.
All right, 3 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Rowan goes in motion. They're going to dump it to Rowan. He's got room to run. Turns the corner and turns on the gas. Refuses to go down, and just on an extra effort makes the touchdown for the Buckeyes. And that is just a great football player making a great football play.
That looks like, Jeff, and I think Rowe set that up purposely with the spin move. He runs, and just before he gets to the defender, he ducks his outside shoulder, starts his spin move, and sure enough, he spins him right into the open field. That's Rowe being Rowe.
Yeah, this is where I wish we got to figure out how to get replay in this booth, because I want to watch those.
Yeah,
you
want to watch that again.
You want to watch it and analyze it. We need to be able to do the Madden thing where we circle the play and set it up. Here's the kick. Extra point attempt is up and good. And, folks, Gilmer's on the board first with 5:35 left to play. Gilmer 7, Lindale Eagles 0. We'll be right back. Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
And back to Lindale, where your Gilmer Buckeyes go on a 56-yard, 4-play drive, capped off by a touchdown by none other than Rowan Flewellen. After the big Parker Gillo interception stops the Lindale drive, which Jeff was going really well until they pitched it out, and number 2 picked it off. Bring the score to 7-0. The Buckeyes' strategic decision to defer to the second half pays off as they get the turnover and go down to pay dirt, lead 7-0 with 5:35 left here in the first quarter. Jeff, pitch it back to you, the voice of the Buckeyes, for the second kickoff of the night.
All right, number 20 in. Looks like he's lining up for a pooch kick. It's going to be high and to the right. They're going to be fielding on the 15-yard line.
That kind of paid off there, Jeff, as fair catch would have been to the 25. They got it out to the 27. About the same spot where they started on the 25 on the last drive. And they moved the ball well, Jeff, for the first possession that they had. And that's something that they got to probably feel very confident about, led by the quarterback, number 17. That's Sam Peterson, and he's obviously the trigger man for the Lindale Eagles. Let's see if they keep that momentum or if the Buckeyes make some adjustments.
All right, here's the handoff around the left side again, and the Buckeyes sniffed that one out pretty quick. Again, big number 44. Matt Burton was there first, and who jumped in behind him there?
Yeah, that was the linebacker, number 20, Hernandez, that got there about the same time, scraping off. And that's just the big defensive line, Jeff, that you talk about, getting penetration there. Bring up second and long, someplace the Eagles have not been all night so far.
All right, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. They fake the handoff, and look at this. Set up a nice hole there. Quarterback keeper. They know they're going to have to use all players on the field tonight to try to make the Buckeyes commit to covering all of their potential backs, including the quarterback. Short gain there of about 3. That's going to bring 3rd and 7 from the 30. For the Eagles.
Once again, Roe Flewellen just showing what a great football player he is, coming up from his safety position and making a great read, shutting that run down really before it gets started. 3rd and long now. Look for the Eagles to go to the air.
All right, 2 receivers wide left. Fakes the handoff, drops back, looking to pass, got time. Across the middle and 7 Buckeyes around, and he puts it right on the money, right in the middle of them. And big first down there all the way out to the 46-yard line. That was just a well-thrown ball. Great job by Peterson.
Yeah, didn't get any real pressure on Peterson, but he delivered a strike, Jeff, as you said. LaDalen Jackson in on the coverage, the senior, just kind of slipped a little bit and gave up a step, and Peterson found his receiver. First down, Lindale.
It's just a nice job there by Peterson. Handoff up the middle to the back, and he's going to duck his head, maybe get a couple on that one. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, running right at number 44, which is not a really good idea. And big number 64 in for the Buckeyes now. That's Andrew Parker, the senior, in to kind of spell the border as here you start seeing those defensive linemen just rotating in, Jeff, and they got depth.
We got a new formation here. They're going to put 2 backs in the backfield, and they're bringing everybody in tight. They've got a tight end, a slot man, 2 backs in the backfield. Now they're going to shift right back to where they started from. This time, trip receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 back in the backfield. Quarterback drops back, tries to fire one, and I don't know if it got tipped or if he just slipped out of his hand, but he threw it kind of in the dirt. That's going to fall incomplete and bring up 3rd and 7 for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's kind of wiping his hand off, Peterson. He had kind of an open receiver there right before the sticks as they flood that zone. The Buckeyes stay in zone, That was the right read and the right pass. But to your point, Jeff, the ball just really just submarined right into the turf. Brings up 3rd and long now for Lindale. Able to convert on the last 3rd and long. Let's see what they do here.
Okay, trip receivers to the left, one to the right. Man up inside tackles. They fake the handoff. Quarterback's forced out of the pocket under pressure, and he is going to throw a long, dangerous football right down the sideline. Cody Guidry there and Rowan Fluellen there. And Lindale Eagles want a flag. I don't know why, because that was as clean as it could be. The ball wasn't even catchable. So that's going to bring up 4th and 7. And they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, I think they will punt now, Jeff. Great coverage, and the Buckeyes giving up a couple of first downs here early to Lindale, but they're going to get the ball back for a 2nd time in the first quarter. They score on the first one. Dangerous. Rowan Fluellen standing about his own 25-yard line. Peterson back to punt. I would not kick it to number 17, Jeff.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. They are going to kick it right to him, and he's going to field it on the 18-yard line, bounces out to the left side. Big return, forced out of bounds at the 38.
Great field position, great return by Rowan Fluellen, taking what they're offering him, which is about 16, 17 yards over the left side. The return is set up to the right, but Rowe doesn't take the bait and just makes a smart play. Brings up 1st and 10 once again for Brandon Tennyson and this white-hot Buckeye offense as they've got 2:53 left in the first quarter and an opportunity to take a 2-score lead early in this game.
Yeah, you talk about how they were selling out earlier, trying to stop the outside run. Watch what happens when they suck them in, and dump it over the top of them in just a minute. Tennyson rolls to his right side and dumps it one out to Cody Guidry, and Cody goes way up in the air and out of bounds. He's going to lose probably a couple on that one. It's a great job by the corner getting up there and getting off his block. So that's going to bring up 2nd and about, we'll call it 11.
Yeah, this exact same defense, Jeff, is what you'll see from Carthage next week, so it couldn't be better for the Buckeyes. First of all, seeing the speed out to the sideline from Lindale, and second in this 4-2 front.
Okay, it's a draw to number 29, Haynes. Breaks one would-be tackler, a second would-be tackler, and drags 2 more out across midfield down to the 44-yard line. That's a big chain-moving run there by the big man, Haynes.
Yeah, you called it, Jeff. They literally let everybody come, fakes the deep ball. They sell out to the outside, and it opens up like the Red Sea. Haynes makes 2-man miss and brings it into Lindale territory, 1st and 10 Buckeyes.
Gilmer not run a lot of draws this year like that, but very effective on that play. Rolling to his right side, Tennyson under pressure, fires a bullet down the sideline, and that is reeled in, and it is a perfectly thrown ball down to Cody Guidry. No, it's Gilo.
That's Parker Gilo.
And Parker Gilo having a heck of a game here tonight so far.
Yeah, he and Rowan are just kind of interchangeable in terms of speed. He's a step away there, but that is an absolute 30-yard laser beam from Brandon Tennyson on the run. He had a long way to run, Jeff, in green grass in front of him, but instead he delivers a strike. Parker Gilo got it down in the red zone now. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from the 12.
All right. Heavy to the right side for the Buckeyes. Tennyson rolls to right, dumps it inside to number 4, Cody Guidry, and that's just kind of an inside little shuffle pass. And Lindale actually does a great job there, staying at home, not sucking to the outside. We showed a lot of motion to the right side, and they do a good job staying at home. 2-yard gain, that'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, now we got the wide side to the left, Jeff. Watch for this pass to Rockwell. 2 touchdowns last week, 1-on-1. Watch number 9.
Okay, handoff around the right side. Haynes, he's headed for the corner. He will score.
That's just Jets. You just hand it to number 29. He gets the corner, and Mr. Haynes is just not going to be caught as the sheer speed there from the junior just absolutely torches the Eagles outside with the 2nd touchdown of the night for the Buckeyes. And I tell you what, Jeff, as good as the Eagles have looked against the Buckeyes look just that much sharper tonight. 13-0 with 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Extra point left to come.
All right, here we go. Number 20, Hernandez. It's clean and up and through the uprights, and Gilmer is on the board once again, folks. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer 14, Lindale Eagles 0. We'll be right back.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for E-Tex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. E-Tex, local support from the team you trust.
The Med Shop. All right, we're back to the action here in Lindale, Texas, Eagles Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes just scored again. If you're just joining us.
4-play, 61-yard drive capped off by the Ashton Haynes touchdown to the corner there, Jeff. And as sharp as Lindale has come out here and look offensively, they make the one mistake, and boy, that double-edged sword cuts the other way, is it doesn't take Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeyes long to march half the length of the field and put points on the board. And then they get the punt. Rowan Flewellen returns it back to the 38, and 4 plays later, the Buckeyes back to pay dirt again. As sharp as the Eagles look, the Buckeyes are just kind of that much sharper. 14-0, back to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, high pooch kick to the right side. And the ball is dropped, picked back up, and he is going to be brought down there on the 35-yard line. I believe that was number 35 in on the tackle there. 35 is Travis Cawley.
Fortunate there for Lindale that they didn't give it right back to the Buckeyes as that went right through his arms. And unfortunately, Jeff, he's on a dead run, and it bounces right back into the Eagles' hands. I believe that was number 23 for Lindale, Patrick Daniels, the running back that is just a sophomore. And he kind of probably saw his life flash before his eyes, but it bounced right back to him, sets up Lindale a good field position at their own 35.
All right, trip receivers to the right side. Fakes the handoff, dumps one out to the flat in single coverage out there. We're playing zone out to the left side. That was number 10, Caden Tennyson out there, and that is good for 10 yards and a first down. That is going to be 1st and 10 on their 47-yard line.
Yeah, the freshman playing on an island, and he came up and made a sure tackle. He's a little bit outsized there by that wide receiver, but Lindale moves the chains once again.
All right, man in motion. Quarterback drops back, looking to pass, tons of time. Great job by the offensive line, and he nails, no. That is 2 in a row that I thought they reeled it in, and they're going to call that incomplete. Very well thrown ball down the left sideline. And I tell you what, that offensive line doing a good job of holding up that front 3 for Gilmer.
Yeah, 5 against 3, and the Buckeyes finding it not as easy as they had the first couple of games. As you see, that is a Class A offensive line for the 4A Division I level. Lots of size, and they don't get pressured. That wheel route was just a hair away from being a big play.
Yeah, Gilmer rushing 3, and they dump one out to the left side, and that's going to be good for about 6.
They're picking on the freshman right now, Jeff. Caden Tennyson out there to the right-hand side. He's made 2 good plays so far. He comes off as the Buckeyes get some new, fresh blood.
I'll tell you what, you pick on that freshman, it'll bite you.
Yeah,
he may be classified as a freshman. He's still in the game. He may be classified as a freshman, but he plays like a junior, I assure you.
Well, I think they're coming that outside again. They're trusting him out there man-to-man on the outside receiver. 3rd down and 6 now. There's probably 4-down territory for the Eagles. See if we can have a big negative play here by the offensive front.
All right, Buckeyes still rushing 3. Rolling to the right side. Quarterback's got plenty of time. Rockwell on him. He decides to keep it. Rockwell and several of his good buddies in on the tackle. No flags on the play, even though they picked the quarterback up and drove him in the ground. I was worried that we might get a flag on that.
Yeah,
Peterson just wouldn't go down. You know, he was fighting for yardage, and so we did the pile driver.
Yeah, you're really not going to overpower Keith Rockwell, as he showed there once he fought off a block, and Peterson does a great job and picks up the first down. But you know, if you're the quarterback,
Keith Rockwell is like 5'10", 220,
benches
and benches 350 pounds. So. We're almost to the end of the first quarter here. Got 12 seconds. They're going to try to get off one more play. Here's the snap. Dumps a quick pass, or intends to dump a quick pass out to the right side, and it falls incomplete. Cody Guidry comes up, and that's going to be that's going to fall dead So that stops the clock with 4 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, the coaching staff was going to let the clock run out, and they realized that the play clock was ticking down. So the quarterback, number 17, that's Sam Peterson, runs the line of scrimmage. They just kind of go to a dump play, which is incomplete. They were in a big hurry. That's really a wasted down for the Lindale Eagles there, and it's an incomplete pass. To your point, Jeff, stops the clock, and now they have to go ahead and run another play this quarter. Let's see what it is. 2nd down and 10 from the Buckeyes 42.
Okay, one back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He's got a running lane. Picks up about 5 good yards on that carry.
And that will end the quarter. Pick off there by number 14, Kendall Jackson, bring up 3rd down and 6 when we return to the second quarter. Buckeyes lead 14-0 after 1. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7 at 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Back to Lindale Eagle Stadium, where your Gilmer Buckeyes defer after winning the toss. It's paid off dividends as they lead 14-0 after 1 quarter here, Jeff. And Lindale marching once again, a big 3rd down and 6 in Buckeye territory. They've done this twice now in their first 2 possessions, and the Buckeyes have turned them away on a 4th down and then on an interception. Let's see if the black flag bows its neck here again on 3rd down and 6 to start this second quarter. Back to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, Lindale Eagles facing the other direction now. Let's see if they're as good headed the other way. Dropping back, looking to pass, a little more pressure this time. Dumps one up, picked off. Just drops the ball, picks it up, drops it, dumps it. Number 6 is headed downfield across midfield. That is Will Blakely in the right place at the right time. And literally that pass thrown very well bounces off the chest of the Lindale Eagle. Will's like, hello, there's football. And then makes a nice return there of about 30 yards and puts the Buckeyes offensive unit back on the field. 1st and 10 from the Eagle 48.
That's a backbreaker, Jeff. And if the Buckeyes can come in. Now notice here what's going on. Number 10 in at quarterback for the Buckeyes. That's still Tennyson, but that's the freshman Caden Tennyson, 1st and 10.
All right, we got a low snap here, and he's going to get sacked right from the start. And Tennyson's just had bad luck with low snaps when he gets in. I don't know. If you've been watching that this year, it just seems like we have had a really good set of snaps. Yeah, and
it's like our center said.
They're saying you're a freshman.
Wrong Tennyson. Wrong Tennyson.
Yeah, we're gonna make you earn it, freshman. But they put him in kind of at a wildcat. As a wildcat, we're going to be back to number 11 Tennyson now. Trip receivers right, man in motion. It was Caden. They dump one out to Rockwell, boy, just at the last minute. And I mean, Tennyson takes a shot.
Yeah, he is so poised as standing in, Jeff, and delivering the football, turning really what could have been 3rd down and about 13, 14 into 3rd down and about 4. I don't know how he got that one off, much less accurately, but he did. I'm glad the right Tennyson was in on quarterback on that play.
Lindale Jackson is the back in the game now, beside Tennyson in the shotgun. They hand it off to Jackson up the middle, and he is good for the 1st down. That's a 5-yard gain by Jackson. We didn't get to see Jackson run the ball at all last week, and he is a very capable back. And so we're going to see him now and see what he can do. He is an electric runner, a lot of fun to run. This time they're going to stuff him, though. They hand it off up the middle, and Lindale says, nope, you're not going to do that twice.
Now right back to the same play. And Jeff, as this Buckeye offense goes to play fast, we want to send a special shout out to Mr. Smith at Smith Quality Meats. And we're going to talk about fajitas here over the evening because they got all kinds from chicken to beef to seafood.
It's one of my favorite subjects.
Make you
fajitas.
hungry.
All right, tight package for the Buckeyes. 2 receivers in tight on both sides of the ball. 1 back in the backfield. They send Rockwell to the left side slot. Rolling to his left side, Tennyson under pressure, and just threw it a little before he wanted to. That pass was intended to number 17, Roe Fluellen, and it's just outside his reach, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, he's got to throw that across his body, rolling out to the left, if you want to call it that. It's really running from it for his life because there's a corner blitz coming off of his strong side that runs him out. He makes the read, makes the right throw, but he just doesn't have enough time for Roe to completely clear. But once again, this is going to be 3rd down and 11, and this is definitely 4-down territory for the Buckeyes, Jeff.
2 receivers right, 1 left, 1 back in the backfield. Rowan goes in motion to the other side. Here's the snap. Tennyson looking to pass. Heavy pressure, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss. He's going to lose about 12 to 15 on that one, all the way back to the 50-yard line. And the Eagles are just doing a good job of getting in there.
Yeah,
and this is kind of what we told you at the beginning of the game. These guys are going to come all 4 quarters. Well-coached football team.
Yeah, that last play, Jeff, was the first incompletion all night for Brandon Tennyson. On that one, he sees the safety creeping up, which is the absolutely right move, but he almost got his head taken off. I'm not sure that that wouldn't have been normally a flag. That certainly will be a flag at the next level when he's playing at UTSA. But forcing the Buckeyes into the first punting situation of the night.
Oh, and a bad snap over the head of Hernandez, who picks it up, trying to get a punt off. He is struggling for his life. The ball is fumbled all over the place, and they recover it and make a touchdown off of it. And so instead of falling on it, Hernandez tries to forward the ball in a panic, and just a lucky break for Lindale as they pick it up, scoop it up, and make their way into the end zone.
Well, about 5 things happened on that play, Jeff, and every one of them was bad for the Buckeyes. First of all, with the bad snap. Second of all, with Hernandez, as you said, instead of falling on it, trying to pick it up and punt it. Third, trying to keep his feet. Fourth, pitching it forward and trying to pitch it to a teammate for a first down. And then, of course, that turns into the touchdown for the Eagles. So the Eagles get on the board from a turnover mistake by the Buckeyes to make this one interesting, 14-7. 2 straight plays, Jeff, that negative for the Buckeyes that turned this into a football game. Let's come right back after a word from our sponsors.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
Back to the action after a disastrous special teams play for the Buckeyes. Like we said, Jeff, 5 really bad things happened all in one play to the Buckeyes, and that was just kind of mental errors as the Buckeye punter Hernandez tries to make a hustle play and turn something negative into something positive, and it just went downhill and got worse. Turns into a fumble recovery, scoop and score for Lindale, touchdown on the special teams, and really the Buckeyes had this game completely under control until the last 2 plays. The negative play to sack Brandon Tennyson to back him up into Eagle territory, and then that play, which leads to a touchdown for the Eagles. 14-7 Eagles now. Let's see if they onside kick this, Jeff.
All right, here comes the kick, and they kick a wobbly, a swivel kick. It's bouncing all over the place, and we fumble it, but I think we get on top of it. And man, that is an effective play as they kick the swivel kick down there, and what a great job he does of getting that last bounce goes 10 feet in the air, and we are lucky to get on top of that one.
That's Keith Rockwell on the recovery there, does a good job, gets possession back to the Buckeyes, and let's see if Lindale, who's just created all kinds of blitz problems on that last possession, And Brandon Tennyson back in, goes to empty backfield now, 1st and 10 Buckeyes from their own 23.
All right, they're sending out 5 receivers. Rolls to his right side, launches a long one downfield, caught for a touchdown.
Well, Brandon Tennyson
and that is a great shot from Brandon Tennyson across. They're running a little post route over to Rockwell, number 9, and the defender that was on top of Rockwell just falls down, and Rockwell jogs right into the end zone.
Well,
so isn't it funny how the momentum shifts back and forth in a game like this?
In one play, Jeff, he tried to tackle Jay Rockwell. That corner knew that he was beaten, and BT got it off to him, a perfect strike, got enough air under it. And Rockwell, you see how strong he is. He just runs right through the DB. Hey, I've been there myself. When you get beat that bad, just tackle the guy.
Yeah.
It's at least going to be a 15-yard penalty and not a touchdown. But Rockwell is too big and too strong. Just keeps running, and it turns into a walk-in touchdown.
Little high snap, but it looks like they pulled it down and going to get the extra point. That was a 72-yard scamper for Jay Rockwell. We'll be right back after these messages. For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
Back to the action. One play, 73-yard strike from Brandon Tennyson to Jay Rockwell. And as we were saying, Jeff, that was an empty coverage. Brandon found the man in single coverage. Jay Rockwell had beaten his corner man, and the corner did a great job by just trying to tackle Jay. And Jay's just too strong, just ran right through it, catches it, and goes on to walk in to score. You notice there was no flags on that play, but nevertheless, strike from BT to Jay Rockwell, who the last couple of games has done nothing but catch touchdowns.
All right, here comes the kickoff, and it is going to be a high pooch kick to the left side, and it is going to go out of bounds. And so here comes Lindale Eagles back in. Their offense wants to get out there and show what they're made of once again. 8:37 left to play in the second quarter. Gilmer leads 21-7.
Once again, we have the Battle of the Bands coming up at halftime. I got a chance to talk to the band director from the Buckeyes, Eric Gray, last night, who was really looking forward to tonight. Of course, the Lindale Eagle Band is a military-style marching band. Last year won the first place at the military marching contest statewide. The Buckeyes had the bronze medal, as they are both sweepstakes band and as good as it gets on marching bands for Friday night. So we'll stay here and watch both those bands march at halftime and see the Battle of the Bands.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff. Got a hole, and look at that. Look at that linebacker come up and fill the hole, and I'm not sure who
that's Kendall Jackson.
Kendall Jackson does a great job of reading and coming up and just plugging that hole. Keeps it to about a half-yard gain, second and we'll call it 9. Great job by Kendall.
I just had an 8th grade flashback of Coach Jackson saying, "You hit him right there, right there." That's about a form tackle there, Coach, is from your grandson, and we're just glad he's wearing orange and black and home where he belongs.
2 receivers left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Drop back, fires a quick one low. It's covered by Parker Gilo, and that's going to fall incomplete. Bring up 3rd and 9 for Lindale. 7:59 left to play in the first half.
And Jeff, you mentioned it, how fast momentum can change, because Lindale was, boy, they were right back in this game, and then they weren't. And 2 quick plays that pretty much go nowhere puts them in 3rd and long from their own 31. Once again, they're going to take their time on this play, try to get some positive yards and find a way to move the chains. Let's see if the Buckeyes can get pressure there. Watch big number 44 and see if they can get pressure.
Okay, heavy pressure on the quarterback. He's running for his life. He's going to get sacked.
By number 44. Make me look prophetic there. 44. Appreciate Matt Burton, as he got pressure and just grabbed on with that big claw and grabbed Peterson by the jersey drags him down finally for a 1-yard loss.
Well, and you see that Lindale has had nothing in that series. That's the first time.
No yards.
They just got nothing. I mean, Gilmer's defense starting to make adjustment.
17, Peterson is back to punt, but Jeff, you're right. You see it switch.
Yeah, and 17 also back to receive. As Burton's getting ready to come through the line, they're putting the heat on the quarterback as he rolls to the right side, and a poor punt bounces out of bounds just around the 40-yard line of the Buckeyes. So Buckeyes going to take over with really good field position there. And, Todd, we talk about the weapons that we have at all positions, but our receiving core, we've got several receivers that you can do that long post route that we saw a while ago. You can put them man-to-man out there, and unless you've got several really, really good secondary folks in the back, Gilmer can pretty much score as frequent as they want on a deep route with our receivers. They choose to spread the ball around. Handoff up the middle. Haynes running over folks. Good for about 3 yards there. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Haynes, Ashton making a little something out of not much there. But keeping them honest, moving the chains 3 yards ahead on first down. That's exactly what you want to stay what they call in time. So they stay on course with the chains and brings up a 2nd and manageable and fixing to be in Lindale territory again. 6:44 left to play in this first half. Buckeyes lead 21-7, looking to put more on the board.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Man in motion. It's Rockwell. Here's the snap. Tennyson drops back. Looking to pass. Going to be overthrown just a little bit. That ball was intended to number 12, Cade Bowman. It was just outside. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Cade had a step there, but I think Brandon's plant foot, his back foot, kind of slipped out from under and caused that ball to sail a little bit. And you got it interesting here. 3rd down and 7. Let's see if this is 4-down territory for Coach Metzel.
Trip receivers to the right. Drops back. Tries to set up a screen, and it's just not there. Those guys have watched some film. They did a great job of breaking that one up. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. Buckeyes are going to have to punt.
Yeah, I thought Brandon was going to check back off to number 9, Rockwell, on the backside there, who was on man-to-man coverage. But that is just an incomplete pass, screen pass to number 29, Ashton Haynes. It falls incomplete, steps the clock at 6:23, where the Buckeyes, coming off of just a horrendous adventure on the last punt. Let's see on this punt if they can actually successfully get this punt off. This looks like the formation. Well, they'll kick it to the right.
Got a good punt here, and Hernandez does a great job of getting off a punt. It is going to be fielded and returned about 8 yards past the 30 to the 34.
And normally Hernandez is trying to bounce that with the rugby kick to the right, and it looked like he had a little more room there to run, Jeff, but after the last punt, I don't blame him. He wants to get it out of there. But sets Lindale up pretty good. 1st and 10 after their own 34-yard line. Jeff, as you mentioned, they went absolutely nowhere on their last possession. 3 and out, lost 2 yards. Thank you to Mr. number 44, Matt Burton, getting pressure on the quarterback. Let's see if they do any better on this drive.
All right, Buckeyes still rushing 3 men up front. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the right side, and just overthrown. They were trying to run a little out route, and that's going to fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10.
Peterson heard footsteps on that, and it was wearing number 56 for the Gilmer Buckeyes, getting pressure on that play, as that's, of course, Big Derek Borda back in on the defensive line and causing that incomplete pass. It was a nice play fake. Borda just didn't buy it and got pressure and forced the ball out early.
Yeah, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Handoff up the middle. Tailback hits the hole hard, and he's going to be brought down there by number 5, Rockwell. I think he's the first guy there. And he's assisted there by number 20, Hernandez, also. Good run there. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was some tough yards as they wound up hitting 2 linebackers at once. It's 3rd and 5 for Lindale, almost on a must-make situation to stay in this game. See if they pick it up here.
All right, here's the snap. Fake the handoff. Quarterback rolls to his right. Showing keeper, pulls back, has to throw it, throws it downfield, and they're going to say that is incomplete. So that's going to bring up 4. Oh, that was a catch. So that's going to move the chains.
That's enough for another.
And that's just a good job there by Peterson. He does a great job.
I mean, it's nobody's arguing down there. I can just tell you, maybe I'm getting old. I just didn't see where the completion came from. He held it and held it and held it. I thought he threw it out of bounds, but it's 1st and 10 Lindale now from their own 45 as they manage to convert.
That's a great athletic play by Peterson. Drops back, looking to pass, wide open man out of the backfield. Cody Guidry does a great job of getting up there and stopping forward momentum. And then he's assisted by Rowan Fluellen and Cade Bowman to come up and help make the stop.
Yeah, that was fortunate it didn't go farther. That's just the athleticism. Good open field tackle one-on-one. But, Jeff, that was open. That was wide open as we just got outside pressure from number 44, Burton, and it opened up that passing lane.
All right, here goes Peterson. Drops back, looking to launch one. He goes way overthrown. That was a long pulse pattern down there. That was defended by number 17, Rowan Fluellen. Pass intended for number 3 for Lindale.
Yeah, and you see Rowe's got a 5th gear. As that's a crossing route that Rowe was just sitting right in his hip pocket. And had that been underthrown, trust me, ball hawk and Rowe would have gotten that one for the 3rd interception of the night for the Buckeyes. Nevertheless, now just into Buckeye territory at the 49-yard line, Lindale with another big 3rd down. Let's see if they can stay on the ground with this, Jeff, and try to pick this one up.
I would anticipate this being on the ground here. Could be another quarterback keeper even. Quarterback drops back. They're going to pass. He's forced out of the pocket, throws a dangerous ball, almost picked off again. Number 13 was right there, Tyson Wilson. Oh. And he wishes he could do that over because he could reel that one in pretty quick. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. And Eagles are going to have to punt once again. Number 17, Peterson, the quarterback, is the punter as well. And this time, we're sending back number 27 deep. That's to Eric Tate. And he's going back deep for the Buckeyes instead of Fluellen.
Now let's see if they actually punt it here from Buckeye territory.
He's rolling to his right side, and he does get off a punt. And nobody's going to get a return on this. It takes a great Eagle. That's just good special teams coaching right there. Boy, that ball rolls all the way down to the 7-yard line, and that is just really well-executed punt.
And for the Buckeyes, Jeff, you got to say, happy that they just stopped that drive that gets all the way into Buckeye territory. As the Lindale offense has been able to move the ball, but the Buckeyes just able to get a big stop when they need it. Other than the train wreck of a punt with over Hernandez's head that ends in a touchdown, the Buckeyes really have played about as well as you can play. They set up shop 1st and 10, 93 yards away from pay dirt with 4:30 left to play in the first half.
All right, let's see what the Buckeyes have in store for us here. They got heavy pressure coming from the outside. They're going to launch a fly pattern to Gilo, and good defense there. Boy, Gilo does a good job of getting his hands on the ball and getting in position. Number 14 comes in and knocks it out of his hands. That was a good attempt there, good effort by Gilo.
Yeah, Parker just trying not to run out of bounds, and you just got to trust your quarterback because he threw it in the perfect spot 45 yards down the field, and Parker almost came down with that one.
All right, here's the snap. Low snap, handoff around the right side to Haynes. He turns the corner and forced out of bounds, I believe just shy of the first down.
Ashton Haynes.
It's going to be about a 5-yard run. 3rd and 5 for the Buckeyes. Ball's going to be on the 12-yard line.
Here's a 3rd down.
Yeah, we're going to have outside coverage with Rockwell once again, Jeff, if they want to take a shot and go up top, or see if they don't try to set up a screen pass here. Watch Cody Guidry coming from his inside slot. The Buckeyes normally have lots in the bag of tricks with 3rd and 5, but deep in their territory, they'll probably play it safe.
All right, dropping back to pass. Throws one wide, short pass to the outside, and I think that was Cody Guidry, and we've got a late hit, I believe. We got a penalty flag, and that can't be anything but a late hit, which will be automatic first down for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they do go to Guidry with that outside screen, trying to get him one-on-one with Rockwell blocking out in front of him. The Eagles do a good job pursuing, and they have all night, but they hit out of bounds and make a mistake and turn a sure thing 3 and out from the Buckeyes into a 15-yard penalty that's going to give them not only a first down, Jeff, but breathing room all the way out to close to their own 30-yard line, where they will have some new life with 4:07 left to play in this first quarter and a 21-7 lead. And Jeff, if the Buckeyes go down and put another score on the board here, it's a whole different half than if the Lindale Eagles would have gotten a stop there and obviously had great field position.
All right, here's the snap. They hand off to number 29, and look at that, wide open down the sideline, 15-yard scamper. And that was just a great call, well executed. That was 16 yards. And Haynes turns the corner and turns on the Jets. Big run there by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's just speed. I mean, you saw Ashton score the touchdown before off exactly that same play, and he gets the corner and turns it, and then you're just chasing him down.
All right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Haynes in the backfield. Then they try to dump that one out to number 3, Amaro, and that is just not catchable. Tennyson looks over and says, yeah, that's my bad, man.
Yeah, that's really the first, not under duress pass that has been an incompletion for Brandon all night, as he just kind of sailed that one a little bit and wishes he had that one back. I'm sure that that wasn't going to go for a big gain anyway, but nevertheless, it stops the clock with 3:58 left to play in the first half. 2nd down and 10 for the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap. They're going to hand off up the middle. Haynes fighting for yardage, fighting forward, and he's going to get about 6 on that carry. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Buckeyes.
Jeff, Ashton does such a great job as he's just run after the contact. He gets hit probably 2 yards into that run and manages to get another 4 after that and brings up a manageable 3rd and 4, probably in 4-down territory here for the Buckeyes unless they have a big negative play. I think they'll pack this one in and try to run around the end again with Ashton and pick up this 1st down.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff around the left side, and this time they are all over that one. They're going to shut that one down and not going to get the 1st down.
The offense will stay on the field.
And that is a big decision here. We got 4th and 2.
Yeah, big play here for the Buckeyes.
Well, they're going to go for it, of course. 3:04 left to play in the first half. I've got faith in my offense here. It'll be interesting to see what they call here. They're going to dump a little inside pass to Rowan here. They're giving him plenty of space. I hope they do. Quarterback keeper up the left side. Brandon just scored a touchdown. 20, 10, 5 touchdown. They were not expecting that. And almost completely untouched, Tennyson scampers all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, you forget that the fastest guy more than likely on the field is number 11 unless number 10's on the field too, which is
well, and you got 21 Jackson.
Yeah, all those guys can run. He pulls that one and just plants his foot, goes straight up the field, and that is a 44-yard touchdown scamper and blows this game open now. 27-7 Buckeyes. Still 2:43 left to play. Buckeyes have all their timeouts. So maybe even time for another score, but let's see if the extra point gets up and good here by Hernandez.
All right, kick is up, right through the uprights. Hernandez once again, so 2:43 left to play in the first half. Gilmer leads 28-7.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
All right, we're back to the action here in Lindale, Texas, Eagles Stadium. And Gilmer just scored again if you're just joining us. Score is currently 28-7 with 2:43 left to play in the first half. And Gilmer looking really sharp tonight. Again, you can't take anything away from these Eagles. They've fought a good half. But Gilmer just finding ways to get on the board. Obviously, one of the biggest factors there, 2 turnovers in the first half. Gilmer's picked off 2 balls. And so it has been an interesting ball game thus far, but Gilmer so far dominant in the game on the scoreboard.
Hernandez will kick for the 5th time tonight. Remember, the Buckeyes get the ball to start the second half, having won the toss before the game and deferred. And now we will kick it back to the Buckeyes. Voice, Mr. Jeff Rash. No, I'll take this call. This is Hernandez in. He is going to pooch kick this up high to the left-hand side. It's going to be fielded at the 23 on the run. The receiving Eagle brings it out to the 40-yard line where they'll start with good field position behind Peterson. 1st and 10, Lindale. And that's number 31 in for the tackle for the Buckeyes.
Kevion Brinkley.
That's Kevion Brinkley.
Gilmer. Jacob Seekford.
2:38 remaining, Jeff, as we have a 28-7 lead going in at the half now. But the Buckeyes, with all 3 timeouts, may very well get another chance to gain possession. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here and try their best to run this clock out.
I think they're going to go to the air here. They like their quarterback here. They want to get on the board. They're going to pass. They set up a little screen to the outside, and that pass is complete to number 8 and knocked down by number 13, Tyson Wilson for the Buckeyes.
Pass complete to Evan Alford.
Yeah, that's just an easy first down. They bring it, well, it's going to be just short. 2nd down in inches. Let's see. Now the referee goes ahead and waves them forward there.
That's the right call.
Yeah. Another Lindale Eagles.
Big first down there by the Eagles with 2:34 left to play in the half. And they are feeling the desperation of needing to get back in here and cut this score to at least half. They want to have 14 going into the locker room, so they're gonna put some effort into it. They hand off here. It's going to waste precious seconds off the clock. That's good for about 3 yards, maybe 4. We're going to call it 2nd and 7.
Coach Metzel not really convinced yet that this is going to be clock is friend or foe with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left now. Lindale taking their time, 20 seconds on the play clock. But if the Buckeyes stop them here with 3rd and needing more than 5, look for Coach Metzel to take a timeout.
All right, here comes the snap, and that is the first mental penalty we've seen tonight from either team. That was the first false start against Lindale, and that hurts because that's going to back them up 5 yards, which means it's going to be repeat 2nd down, but now it's 2nd and 12.
And Jeff, with 1 minute and 55 seconds left, and now a long field behind the chains. Let's see if Coach Metzel jumps in if we get a stop here and calls a timeout.
Well, they're going to go for a long one here, I would anticipate. Quarterback rolling for his life, fumbles the football, and they recover.
And Coach Metzel burns the timeout to stop this at 1:37. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 16. And, Jeff, the Buckeyes will get the ball back again, leading 28-7. And that is a big change for Lindale as they go from a 3rd and manageable to a 3rd and long. We'll take a quick timeout and come right back after.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Back to the action here as the Lindale Eagles put themselves in a hole to end the first half. 1 minute and 37 seconds left. They trail 28-7 and just gave the Buckeyes an opportunity to potentially get the ball back again at 1:37 left in the first half. Coach Metzel burns his first time out, brings up 3rd and about 16. Lindale now back at their own 43-yard line, and the Buckeyes in an obvious passing down, Jeff. If it's an incomplete pass, they'll stop the clock, and the Buckeyes will not have to burn a timeout. But let's see if they try to go deep here and move the chains.
All right, let's see what they're going to try. You know they're going to go deep. They have no choice. Quarterback steps up in a hurry, fires one down the field, incomplete. Buckeyes doing a good job covering those receivers back there. And that's going to bring up 4th down, stops the clock. An incomplete pass. They're going to have to punt now back to the Buckeyes with 1:31 on the clock. Buckeyes have plenty of time to get one more on the board. They'd like to go in comfortably 35-7 at half.
Yeah, number 17 rolling back to receive this kick, Jeff. And what a smart play by, I got to say, corner Will Blakely, as he had a chance to just completely obliterate a receiver there, but saw it's incomplete and holds off and spares the Buckeyes a really dumb penalty. And good job and discipline there by Will.
All right, here's the punt. And it is a good one once again. Not going to be returned by the Buckeyes, and it bounces down to the 1 yard line. What a great job. That was number 17 that time that punted instead of, that was same number, Peterson. And he just does a great job of running over the right side. He's a threat as a quarterback to be able to throw, so you have to respect that. Can't put too much pressure on him there. And he punts it all the way down, and it stopped on the 1 yard line. So we've got 99 yards to go for pay dirt with 1 minute and 21 seconds. Does anybody want to take any wagers in the booth here?
Yeah, we're all
Joe
touchdown.
Dodd wants some of that. So we've got 2 receivers left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield, standing in the middle of his end zone. Dropping back to pass. Launches one down the sideline, incomplete. That was intended there for Rockwell, I think.
Yeah, nice route, nice throw, but Jay Rockwell is a big boy, and when he kind of sits down to make that cut, his foot kind of went out from under him, and it just kind of laid him out, and that would have moved the chains, but incomplete pass stops the clock at 1:16, and the Buckeyes obviously not scared of 99 yards. Look at it as a stat opportunity, and Brandon's going to wing it.
All right, they're sending Haynes out of the backfield, and that was intended for number 4, Guidry. It also falls incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Lindale's doing a good job covering receivers right now under heavy pressure.
Yeah, well, they're getting pressure. That offensive line is going to have to lock down as Brandon Tennyson keeps taking big hit after big hit. And really nothing to lose on this play right here as the Buckeyes, unless they want to just go to the ground here and see if they can't create some room to punt. They're on their 1 yard line.
I think you got to go to Rowan Fluellen across the middle right here. That would be my call. They're looking to the left side, and they try going across the middle. Almost picked off. That was intended for Rockwell, and that was just almost picked off by the safety to the right side, number 1.
Well,
Jay comes up, and that would have been an easy 7-yard touchdown right there.
Well, they jumped the route, and Jay kind of stopped running on that route, and he started playing defense as that one was almost another disaster on a slant route, which is normally a very safe throw, but the receiver's got to keep running. This will be Cody Guidry that is the quick kicker, and he has got his heels on the back line.
Yeah, they're going to have to block really well here. He is on the back of the end zone. He's not the normal distance back, and not a good punt at all. That ball is going to go out, and boy, you talk about flipping momentum over. Now they're going to get the ball back with 1 minute left, and they're on the Buckeye 26-yard line or so, and so they have an opportunity to actually turn this into points if they can get in the end zone for 1 minute. So instead of the pressure being back on the defense of the Eagles, it is now on the shoulders of the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and this is one of those, I'll just point to this for next week, Jeff. This is one of those learning opportunities for the Buckeyes where you get back and you've got to go execute when you're on your own 1 yard line. Because one little mistake against a Carthage football team at a championship level can cost you 7 points and really cost you a ball game.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than being pinned back in your own end zone. That punt set up by Peterson was awesome. They hand it off and pitch it back, and they're going for the end zone, and he just tackles him. That was the right call to make.
That was absolutely the right play.
That was the right play. He was burned and knew it, and he pulled down the receiver. You talked about this earlier. You know, that's the thing to do. If you know you're burned, you don't give up the points. You take the penalty. So that'll be half the distance to the goal, and you live to fight another play.
Exactly. And
that was a heads-up play by Tyson Wilson because he knew he was burned.
High football IQ.
Yeah.
Say what you want, but that is the absolute right play when he goes by you. Is you just and he almost made the catch anyway. It's a good throw from Peterson. But he was running out of real estate and just made that tackle before the ball got there. You'll take it. And it brings up 1st and goal from the 8. But the Buckeyes will take their chances versus taking a touchdown.
All right, a little bit of pressure here. And this will be a great stand if the Buckeyes can stand. They hand off around the left side. And number 13 once again coming up, Tyson Wilson to make the stop.
Tyson Wilson.
After the run gets down to about the 5 or 6 yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and goal, we'll call it from the 6.
Yeah, maybe picked up a yard, and the Buckeyes can't catch a break there as That's a pretty obvious hold coming around this side by number 75 for Lindale on Big Borda, and just tackle, or Matt Burton just tackles him. But no flag, and it's a minimum gain.
All right, quarterback keeper around the right side. He's got a little room, ducks his head, and he's not going to quite get there. That keeps the clock moving. 39 seconds remain. Still timeouts left.
Peterson with the keeper.
2 timeouts actually for Lindale.
Short.
26 seconds left. Third down and goal from about the 2, maybe the 1.
Yeah, this is going to
be the same play.
This is a handoff right here, up the gut. And he looked like he might have crossed the plane. That's a touchdown for Lindale. And that's a big shift for momentum. Instead of the Buckeyes having an opportunity to march down the field to score, and this was all set up. You talk about the importance of special teams. This was all set up because Peterson executes that punt so well. He takes his time. He rolls to the right. He gets a big roll. We don't get a chance for a return. I mean, that is a well-executed punt play that ended up in 7 points. You don't often hear the kick is up and good, but you don't often hear about a punt leading to a touchdown, but that's exactly what happened in this case.
Yeah, and on the other side, Jeff, punting from the back line of your own end zone, Cody Guidry gets off of an 18-yard punt that sets Lindale up. So special teams on both sides playing a role. Lindale cutting the lead to half, but there's still a kickoff and 1 play left to come, 13 seconds. Let's see if the Buckeyes do anything with it when we come back.
When you're on the go and you've only got a minute, your Sefco store's got everything in it. From gas to groceries, you can find it right here. Aren't you glad there's a Sefco near? Day and night when you need the best, Sefco quality's as good as it gets. You find everything top of the line, and hometown service saving you time. Texans know when you're on the go, make it Sefco.
Once again, back to Lindale Eagle Stadium as they catch a break and flip the script on the Buckeyes to cut this lead in half to 28-14. Buckeyes lead, 13 seconds left, Jeff. And we're going to head to the concession stands, but over the weekend, if you want to do it upright, go to Smith Quality Meats and get you some fajita fixins. Beef, chicken, seafood, they got it all from stuffed crabs, Jeff, to brisket fajitas, to steak fajitas, chicken fajitas, all marinated up for you. Go by, grab it, throw it on the grill, and you'll be good to go.
All right, here's the kickoff. And we'll see what Buckeyes do. They did a little squib kick. They're going to do it again. This time it's going to be fielded, and his knee was down. So number 5 scrambling around for it. I've always felt like those teams that do those little squib kicks, you know, that just on the ground, bouncing everywhere. They make the return team nervous because the ball's bouncing around. And a lot of times it turns out to be almost like an onside kick, even though it's kicked deep, because the ball's just bouncing around and it's anybody's ball. And so twice that's worked well. We were talking about special teams execution. That's twice in a row that we haven't been able to get a return on a kick return because of the squib kick. So punting game has been great tonight. Squib kick, the kickoff game for Lindale has been great tonight. But it has been mostly about the Buckeyes. 28-14 at the half. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the Battle of the Bands.
Smith Quality Meats, located at 604 Highway 271 South in Gilmer, just across from the junior high school, brings you the freshest cut, best quality meats anywhere. And now it is all right here in Gilmer. Just call 903-680-MEAT. And let the experts at your locally family-owned Smith Family Meats set you up for your main course for any occasion. It is always prime time at Smith Quality Meats in Gilmer. Call us at 903-680-MEAT and tell Mr. Smith what you need today, so everyone at your house is happy tonight.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
And now, Buckeye fans, on your feet as the Stars kick to the Gilmer Buckeye fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the UIL Sweepstakes Award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to Any Way You Want It. The Gilmer Band Majorettes. The Buckeye Band marches in the traditional American military style. The band steps off to the Vienna Philharmonic Fanfare by Strauss, Cyrus the Great, and Neddermeyer Triumphal Marches by Carl King. The band is led on the field by senior drum major Jenna Height. The Gilmer High School Buckeye Band. The Gilmer ISD bands are directed by Eric Gray, Brandon Garman, Chris Witt, Sarah Thompson, and Emily Chenoweth. The major sponsor is Michelle Faulkner. Thank you for your attention to all of tonight's halftime performances.
The Star Stepper officers are from left to right: Lieutenant Riley Schultz, Senior Lieutenant Bailey DeWolf, Lieutenant Maddie Perkins Walker, Captain Emily DeWolf, Lieutenant Taylor Ragland, Lieutenant Chloe Smith, and Lieutenant Kerrigan Pierce. Our social officers are Bryn Borden, Madeline Morgan, Lily Frank, Vice President Victoria Mayorga, and President Mary Tipton. Star Stepper of the Week is Madison Bradford. Our outstanding dancer of the week is Mia Piccoli. In honor of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, tonight's routine, Yes I Can, is dedicated in loving memory of Star Stepper alum Nicole Hutchins' son, Hudson Hutchins.
show you how I get it done. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna be proud to be the me that I become. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Once I started, I can't stop. I'm gonna give it all I got. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm about to show you yes I can, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. If you're looking at me right now, I'm about to show you yes I can, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. Just can't put it out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got my mind on it and it's all I think about. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Once I started, I can't stop. I'm gonna give it all I got. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm about to show you yes I can, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. If you're looking at me right now, I'm about to show you yes I can.
For your continued halftime entertainment, the Majorettes will now perform a dance twirl routine to that 2015 hit by Flo Rida, My House. Majorette squad leader is Kaylee Tu, and Majorette sponsor is Mrs. Abby Banco. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindale Independent School District proudly presents the pride of Lindale, the Lindale High School Marching Eagle Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Christina Ussery, Liv Simmons, Erin Roden, and head drum major Kaylin Groth. Tonight the band will perform a precision military drill to Lindale High School Fanfare 2021, written by Dr. Tim Ray. The march is North Wind by W.P. Chambers, March Ponderosa by K.L. King, and LHS Closer 2021 by Dr. Tim Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, the high school marching Eagle Band.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Extra, extra. Read all about tonight's game in Thursday's Gilmer Mirror, complete with pictures, coaches' comments, and a look at next week's opponent. The Gilmer Mirror has been serving the citizens of Upshur County since 1877. You know, reading the news online is fine, but there is nothing like physically picking up your hometown paper, turning the pages, and catching up on everything going on in our area. If you're not subscribing to the Gilmer Mirror, you're probably missing out. It's one of my favorite publications, and I know you'll love it too. The Gilmer Mirror, www.gilmermirror.com.
And back to in Lindale Eagle Stadium, where after the Battle of the Bands, you saw, Jeff, pretty neat, where you got 2 teams here that made an appearance at Jerry's World in the state finals, and then the Gilmer Buckeyes in Division 4A, Division 2, and the Lindale Eagles last year, Division 4A, Division 1. How about that? Both bands also finished in the top 3. The Lindale band is a gold medalist at the state military marching contest. The Buckeyes, the bronze medalist. So it's just cool to see 2 programs in 2 good high schools here so close to each other in East Texas that just excel in everything. Class act all around. If you're a fan of Friday nights, you got something to see for everything here on a Friday night. We got a second half of football. Buckeyes lead 28-14. They will be receiving to start this second half. And we'll kick it back to the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash, to kick it off.
All right, literally to kick it off. Here comes the kickoff, and it's probably going to be another squibble kick, and it is. It bounces, and this time fielded quite clean. I believe that was number 5, probably Rockwell over there on the left side. And he scoops it up, does a good job fielding that ball, getting upfield, giving the Buckeyes good field position. We're going to start the second half, 1st and 10, from it looks like about the 33-yard line. So let's see what the Buckeyes have in store for us in the second half.
4 offensive touchdowns for the Buckeyes tonight already in the first half. Let's see if they can put 4 more up on the board, starting with Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap. Rolls to his right side, inside screen. Number 17, Rowan Flil, and then I'm going to tell you something. That's just a great job by the defense there, watching film. They know what they're doing. We got a Buckeye down on the field.
That's Brandon Tennyson.
And that is Brandon, who took a shot after he delivered that screen pass.
Yeah, he just got absolutely nailed.
Hopefully just knocked the wind out of him. He's not grabbing his leg or anything that I can see. And so
no, he just took a shot and
might have winded him a little bit there. But you can see that Lindale has done a good job of watching films. They set up a really nice screen there, but they said, no, we're not going to keep chasing him. We're going to run back and try to mess up the screenplay, which they did. And so they've got him up, and I think he just got his bell rung. He'll probably be back here in just a couple of plays. And in the meantime, his very capable brother, the freshman, number 10, Caden Tennyson, is going to come in at quarterback. And very capable, can run this offense, has been doing it for several years already. And so don't look for us to lose a lot of momentum here. So here comes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper up the middle, ducks his head, and dives forward for a gain of about 2 yards on that carry. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, more importantly, he got a good snap, Jeff, as Brandon comes right back
already
in the game.
back in the game.
And nothing like a little sibling rivalry to get you right back up and right back in the game.
Yeah.
As Brandon comes in 3rd and 4 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, out of spite, he'll throw a bomb right here. You watch. Here's the snap. Dumps one clean out to number 29, who runs over the defenders and picks up a big first down. And that's just a great job by Haynes.
What a nice touch, too, by BT. After getting his bell rung, he just feathers that ball right over the outstretched arms of the defensive end, literally lays it like a handoff into Ashton's hands, and all Ashton does is just go run over people.
All right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Haynes in the backfield. Switches sides. Tennyson from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff to Haynes on the right side. Great job defending on the outside by Lindale. We're going to pick up about 2 on that, but just what a great job by the Lindale Eagles, keeping outside containment, forcing him back inside, strolling it out to the sideline, and here come the linebackers scraping. I mean, that's good defense on their part. They show they're here to play. Batted down by the big number 33, the defensive end from the right side.
And all the bragging that we do on the offensive line, Jeff, they got to basically get protection as they just caved in there on the left-hand side. That's the big defensive end up there, number 32 for the Lindale Eagles. I've got some stats. Let's see if I can get the right name.
All right, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Again, 1 back in the backfield. And we've got a flag on the play. And that is probably going to be an offsides penalty. The ball is caught by Rockwell. So if that is a offsides penalty, then they will move the ball forward because that's like a free play. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, if you want to fast forward to Sunday, I'm going to send this in to our buddies on ESPN because that cornerback out there just got mossed.
Yeah.
Rockwell just went up and pulled it down right over his head.
What a heads-up football play for them to go ahead and execute the play. A lot of players, when they see that flag, they'll just stop, and they continue the route. Big gain there for the Buckeyes. And they are going for the end zone, and look at this, touchdown Buckeyes. Rowan Fluellen.
That's Rowan Fluellen making it look easy as Brandon Tennyson basically says, take that. 2 big passes, and 55 yards later, the Buckeyes are on the board. It took them 2 minutes and 1 second in that drive from a 6-play. That was about a 70-yard drive there for the Buckeyes, capped off by that next touchdown pass from Brandon Tennyson to Rowan Fluellen. And good luck defending that.
That was
when you throw
smooth.
It that well, and
that
you throw
was
it
ice.
When you throw it to a guy that's that precise in his route running, it looks like it's easy.
We jumped a little bit, so they're going to back us up 5.
75-yard drive. Coach Rob tells me 6 plays. And Brandon Tennyson, Jeff, is going to have some ridiculous statistics at the end of tonight because he's going to have to play it all. We will get back to first half stats here in just a bit when we can. But for now, it is another 6 on the board, looking to make it 7 as the extra points left to come.
All right, here's the kick, and he's got plenty of leg. Puts it through the uprights, and Gilmer 35, Eagles 14, 9:59 left to play in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Because of investments in our surrounding infrastructure, eTex offers advanced improvements in internet connections, service experience, and quality of life for our customers. The driving force for eTex has been to create a state-of-the-art company using both the latest technology and local expert technicians, people you know. And best of all, a certified support team that delivers quality support within hours, not days. eTex, local support from the team you trust.
Back to the action. That was a 75-yard drive off 6 plays. 2 of the big chunks over 50 yards were Brandon Tennyson first to Jay Rockwell, and then the touchdown strike to Ro Fluellen as Brandon Tennyson making it look like he's the best player in the state of Texas at the 4A division level anyway, as that's as good as it gets from Brandon Tennyson. As we will correct the scoreboard here, 35-14 Buckeyes lead, taking the opening drive of the second half and going 75 yards to pay dirt. And Jeff, we'll kick it back to you. I'll take it with the kick. From Hernandez, it looks like it's going to be a pooch kick to the right-hand side as he tees it up. And he does pooch it to the right-hand side. It's going to be fair caught at the 33 by, looks like, number 8 for the Lindale Eagles. That's Evan Alford. And the Buckeye Black Flag defense will come on the field for the first time tonight here on the second half, leading 35-14. Got 2 big turnovers in the first half, Jeff, with interceptions that both led to Buckeye touchdowns. Lindale was moving the ball in the first half, but those turnovers killed them. Let's see if the Buckeyes can pick it back up here.
All right, got a man in motion wide. They're going to dump it to, and boy, look at them pick up blocks out there around the right side. Well-executed play. We talked about that, how they just play good fundamental football. That was just a good heads-up football play, and very effective, good for about 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, deep motion from the number 8, once again, Evan Alfred, as he comes all the way around to the backside, and the Buckeyes are not playing man-to-man, so they do not make the adjustment. He's unaccounted for, picks up 9 yards and close to a first down.
All right, here's the snap, handoff up the middle, and Buckeyes going to sniff that out. They do pick up the first down, and that's going to move the chains on a 2-yard run.
Jeff, in terms of first downs, the Lindale Eagles were able to pick up 11 in the first half and match the Buckeyes 11 in the first half. So they've been able to move the ball, but they just turn it over when it counts.
All right, quick pass, complete, out to the right side and just dropped. I thought he had it, but that is the third pass that they've dropped. And tonight that were just right in their hands, and I thought they had reeled in and just couldn't hold on to it.
And that's Justin Long out there who just ran with it before he caught it. And again, that puts them behind the chains, 2nd and 10 from their own 45.
Same pass over here.
All right, they're running the same look with that deep motion, and Buckeyes do a great job of getting in there. Number 56, Borda, on the tackle back behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to drop them for a loss of 1. And going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Eagles.
Yeah, Big Derek does a great job in getting penetration and cutting that one off before it gets started for a tackle for a loss for a yard and a big 3rd down here in the first possession for the second half for Lindale.
Well, they're sending all 5 receivers out. They're going to dump one. Look at this, wide open down the sideline, blown coverage, touchdown Eagles.
Yeah, that is total blown coverage as the cornerback, I'm not sure who that is, but they're talking about it right now. That's having a discussion out there with number 17, Roe Fluellen, and I think that is 22, Landon Watson that's out there.
Yeah, Roe was over here on this other side and had to come all the way across the field. I'm not sure what happened over there, but nonetheless, it ended up in an Eagles score, and they're going for the extra point now. Fighting their way into the game. The kick is up and good. Eagles say, hey, we're at home and we're not going away, Buckeyes. You're going to have to earn it tonight. 8:23 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Eagles fighting their way back, 21-35.
The Med Shop Pharmacy in Gilmer's features a drive-through pharmacy for all your prescription and over-the-counter drug needs. Place refills using our free phone app RX2Go or use our convenient auto refill line 24/7. At 903-680-2626. Stop by and see our unique gift items for all occasions, or visit us on the web at gilmermedshop.com. And don't forget, the Med Shop is your flu shot and vaccine headquarters for the fall and winter season. The Med Shop Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy.
Back to the action where the Lindale Eagles put points on the board to bring the score to 35-21 with 8:23 left to play in the first half. Lindale Eagles, Jeff, trying to hang around here as they answered the first drive from the Buckeyes with a touchdown, trying to stretch this out with a touchdown of their own as the Buckeyes lose sight of one of the wide receivers there, and now they'll kick it off again.
All right, watch for the squib kick again. They're going to try to put one. And they're going to do one of those crazy squib kicks, goes all the way back to the 18-yard line. And look at this hole coming up the middle. Nice return there to the 34, 35, 36, 37. And got a little scrum out on the field all the way out to the 37. So nice return there by the Buckeyes. And I think that was
number 18 for the Gilmer Buckeyes, Michael Colbert. And you talk about, Jeff, how strong he is.
All right, Buckeye offense. see if they can do it again. They made it look easy this last possession with 8:12 left in the third, leading by a couple of touchdowns. Trip receivers left, one to the right, one back. Handoff. Number 21, Jackson, up the middle, fighting hard for yardage, picks up 4.
Nice play by Jackson. Just puts his head down, goes straight ahead, Jeff. And I think, I'll correct myself, I think that was Caden Tennyson that was on the return from before, and not Michael Colbert.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking until you said that. I thought Caden was the return on that because they kicked it all the way to the back. So I think that was Caden. All right, they're going to send all 5 out. Tennyson's in the shotgun alone. Low snap, picks it up, stays focused. He's going to run it. Cuts upfield, gets the first down. Another cut, dodging tackles all the way to the 30, and we've got a flag on the play.
Boy,
that's either going to be a face mask or maybe an illegal block. Down there in the back, we're not sure who this is going to be against. We'll just have to watch.
Jeff, that may be a penalty for just a move thrown by number 11 that's just too good for 4A football. That may be an illegal cutback that he made because that was a fantastic move that he made around the 50-yard line as he broke contain. And he scampers almost 35 yards on that quarterback scramble. But there is going to be a block that's going to bring this back. If it's from the spot of the foul, that's going to bring it back probably to around midfield for the Buckeyes, but it will be a first down.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's going to come back. Still going to be a big first down. Great job there. That was just a
holding is the call against
holding is the call against Gilmer. But again, that's going to move the chains forward. We're going to start over 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 47-yard line. So,
Jeff, if anybody forgets how electric Brandon Tennyson can be with his feet, just turn that film on and you'll get a quick reminder.
All right, here we go. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle, Jackson, and they sniff it out quick. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, drop. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a good
Great
read.
defensive play there.
Absolutely. That's a good read by number 42 for Lindale. He's the nose guard. He doesn't fall for any of that trickery. That's Omar Weber, defensive lineman and seniors. He does a good job there. Stops that for no gain.
All right, Buckeyes, 2 receivers right, 1 left, 1 back, 1 slot man. From the shotgun, here's Tennyson. There's the snap, and we're going to have illegal procedure against the Buckeyes as we just had a little trouble, I think, getting that snap off. It's going to back us up 5 yards, repeat first down, so now we're looking at 2nd and 15. Certainly manageable at 2nd down.
Yeah, this is where, Jeff, the Buckeyes are getting a good spot in the season, and these are going to be teachable moments tomorrow on film day, getting ready for Carthage Week, as the Buckeyes obviously are kind of, at another level at this point in the season than the Lindale Eagles. But it's those little mistakes that are self-inflicted wounds that the Buckeyes got to clean up to go to the next level.
All right, motion. Looking downfield, got a man across the middle, number 17, Rowan Flewellen, 15 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Rowan goes right literally to the sticks, makes the catch, turns upfield, picks up the first down. That's just how you draw it up, and it's that may be a connection between Brandon Tennyson and Rowan Flewellen that you're going to see maybe for another couple of years. Is Coach Traylor down in San Antonio looking at both those young men and saying, boy, they would look good in orange and blue.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. Handoff, left side, Jackson, got room. Hits the sideline, and boy, he's fun to watch run.
Quick.
He is so quick. I think that's a 5, maybe 6-yard pickup on first down.
And I mean,
we're going to say 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Jeff, he is at the next level just right now. I mean, it's Ashton Haynes and 21 and Franklin, and you look at LaDainian and Jackson, and just it's weapons all over the place for the Buckeyes.
All right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. From the shotgun, low snap, hand off to Jackson around the right side, turning on the speed. And number 2, the safety coming up, making a great hit on Jackson. That free safety comes up like lightning and puts the wood on him. But He stops him just shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1, so look for them to hand it to Jackson one more time.
They're going to move the chains, Jeff.
They're going to go ahead and give us a good spot on that one. That's good.
But look out, Jeff, at the top of the screen. You got single coverage up here.
Yeah, Parker Gilo over here to the right side, too. Hand off to Jackson again up the middle. And fighting right through the middle here. Picks up 4 good yards, 2nd and 6.
The Buckeyes maintaining possession here and maintaining control of the clock. Just driving the ball right back down the field. Honestly, Jeff, the Eagles have done very little to stop the Buckeyes tonight. They've kind of had their way. The Buckeyes have stopped themselves on a couple of occasions, but in this case, they kind of got it rolling here in the second half.
All right, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Drops back. Tennyson launches one for the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Buckeyes.
No,
they stripped it out. I'm not sure about that. Looks like they pulled it out after he was on the ground.
They were laying on the ground and Rowe had it.
If we had a red flag, I'd throw it on that one.
We would be throwing it.
Throws into double coverage. Rowe goes up. Looks like he pulled it down to me. And I thought he had it long enough. Then they stripped it out, after it was on the ground.
Yeah,
I would have called that a touchdown.
Yeah, 3 guys laying on the ground, and Rowe's trying to keep the ball away from guys laying flat on his back, and they punch it out, and then the referees finally get there. And there being a referee on top of that one.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch that one on film. We're going to review that one on the coaches show this week because I felt like that was a touchdown. Trip receivers left, twin receivers right. Heavy pressure, running for his life back to almost the line of scrimmage. Lost a yard on that one. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Buckeyes. I think they're certainly not in field goal position, and they're not going to punt. So 4th and 9, I think they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, all-out delayed blitz by the middle linebacker that time is just one more than the Buckeyes can block.
I'm going to call, top of your screen, I'm going to call number 9 out on this one in the corner of the end zone. That's what I'm looking for, number 9. And they go for 17. Tried to go for that. We got a flag on the play.
He threw the ball down.
It's his helmet. Rowan's helmet come off, and we got a flag on that play. And he is hollering foul. I don't know if somebody's pulling on him the whole time or what, but he's not happy. And they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
And Rowe's down there with a cramp, and he's trying to take off helmet, gloves, and everything else to stop cramping as he's laying down there right now with the cramp on the 13-yard line. And Coach Metzel went down there to jump on him and I think realized that
he was hurting.
He's hurting as he's still down.
And the referee's not sympathetic as they mark off 15 yards on that one. And that's going to be turnover on downs. The Buckeye defense makes their way back. They've been able to get the ball back a couple of times tonight. Hopefully they can get it back here and give that offensive unit one more opportunity to get back on the scoreboard. Gilmer leads by 2 scores. It's 35-21, and what's been a really good game tonight. Lindale Eagles putting up a good fight. 3-man rush, handoff on the right side. Borda and a couple other Buckeyes there. Stops him after a gain of about 2.
Or if you're the referee on the far side, just keep giving him another yard. That is literally right in front of us, Jeff, and there's no way that he got 3 yards on that play. But they gave him 3 yards nonetheless, bring up 2nd and 7 for Lindale, doing everything they can do to get back in this game.
All right, handoff, reverse, and a pitch is back to the quarterback, and it's going to be an interception. No, he drops it. Number 12, Cade Bowman, almost reeled that one in. I thought he had it. When that ball was in the air, I could see Cade was in position, locking onto that ball and just unable to pull it in. But that was nearly a great interception there by Cade Bowman.
Yeah, he got 2 hands on it, but gravity unfortunately took over because it had him completely laid out. But it brings up 3rd down for the Eagles, and the Buckeyes with an opportunity to immediately get right back off the field. See if they bring pressure here.
All right, quarterback rolls to his left side, throwing across his body downfield. Almost a great catch. I thought they were going to reel that in. Number 13, Tyson Wilson, the defender, once again, having a pretty good defensive night tonight.
Yes, the Buckeyes will go 3 and out, and
the Eagles will go 3 and out.
The Eagles, yeah, the Buckeyes force them to go 3 and out, and Ro Fluellen, who was none too happy on that last play, that rollout for a first down hit him right in the hand.
We got a flag thrown, kind of at a, I'm not sure what. Unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody. I don't know if something was said. I mean, the play was.
Everybody was running off the field, and all of a sudden the referee throws the flag and essentially gifts Lindale a first down. I mean, that's all you can say is that they just literally handed them a first down.
They're going over to explain it to Allen. The only thing that could have happened there is somebody said something. You know, is somebody. I'm looking to see if anybody's getting pulled off and getting in trouble over there, and I don't see it. I have no idea what that call was. The referees' mics keep cutting out, and but anyway, nonetheless, what a break for the Lindale Eagles as they go from
Christmas in September.
Two 15-yard penalties are just keeping them in this game on this particular drive. Here's a snap. Quarterback fires one into heavy traffic. It gets knocked down, and what a good defensive play over there. Who was that over there?
Yeah, that's the cornerback over there, number 6, Blakely, who broke that up.
That's Blakely. Will Blakely?
Yeah, Will breaks that one up, gets in the middle of it, and how about Arona coming off the corner and just delivering a blow here to Peterson? The Buckeyes are not happy right now.
Handoff, left side, got a hole, makes it through there, tackled by number 17, Fluellen, but a nice gain there by the back.
Yeah, no holding there, Jeff. We'll just leave it at that. That was a tackle.
3rd and 3.
Number 8, Alfred, literally tackles the linebacker to open a hole. And I guess we hear things, but we don't see them not real well.
So 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Ball is on the 34-yard line. Trip receivers to the right. Slot man on the left side. Quarterback is in the shotgun. They're going to call him into the back position. Handoff around the left side. First run for this particular back. And he once again gets around the corner.
Yeah, number 4, Jeff. Number 4 for the Buckeyes. Cody Guidry is literally tackled. I mean, he is literally tackled in the backfield. And if that's blocking, then, Lindale can run a long way.
29, 1st and 10 on the 29 for the Eagles. They are marching down the field. Trip receivers to the right side, motion. They're going to pull a receiver into the backfield. Handoff around the right side, number 3, and look at him finding a hole all the way to the 25. And the Eagles capitalizing on some mistakes by the Buckeyes and getting down the field. Borda getting up a little slow out there, but he's fine.
Yeah, and Jeff, quite honestly, Lindale should not be on the field right now. I mean, that's
Trip receivers to the left side. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Quarterback keeper on the left side. Buckeyes bringing pressure, and he's going to pick up maybe a couple as he reaches out there. Peterson played a good game tonight in the quarterback position. They're looking at about 3rd and 4. They're in really good field position on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, down 35-21, Jeff, with a minute left in this third quarter. It's all in for Lindale now. This is 4-down territory. In order to stay in the game, they got to find a way to score on this drive. And this drive's been on life support, but let's see if they can continue and pick up the first down here.
All right, handoff. Right side, great defensive play there.
Wow,
number 14, and that's Jackson coming up, making a good stop. It's his second one of the night. That's really been a key play there. And that brings up 4th and 4. So they're going to go for it, obviously, because they have to. It's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. They're down 14 points. So they're going to go for it. So this is a big, big play right here. You can't get any penalties. Don't let them draw you off sides. And then after the play, make sure you are, just don't say anything. But we promised you Lindale was going to fight all 4 quarters, and this was going to be a good game. And that is a flag blown and false start against the Eagles. That's going to back them up. Now, that changes the profile just a little bit here because that's going to be now 4th and 9. They're still going to go for it because they're not in field goal range. and they can't punt right here, obviously, so they're going to go for it. So this is going to be a good test of our secondary right here.
Watch out, Cade Bowman, because here comes the trick play and pass to the outside here, I think.
I think he's going to definitely take this and roll with it to try to buy as much time to get receivers open. So we'll see if we can maintain coverage. We're setting up. Quarterback drops straight back, launches one for the end zone, man-to-man, and he catches it. That is a touchdown. Touchdown for the Eagles. That was just a well-thrown ball, a great catch, earned that touchdown.
Yeah, our defensive back kind of didn't think that was he's gonna run out of real estate, and he catches that one right back by the pylon, Jeff. That's to your point, a well-thrown ball, good catch, touchdown Eagles.
Almost blocked there by the Buckeyes, but it is through the uprights. So at the end of the third quarter, they are fighting their way back in this game. The Eagles 28, Buckeyes 35.
Growing up as a child in East Texas, I was always taught that I had to outwork my opponent. That same principle has carried over into our law firm. And for over 20 years, we've outworked each and every insurance company, lawyer, or corporation we've gone against. If you look at our results, they prove it. Put us to work for you, and we promise to never stray from the same East Texas work ethic that you were raised on.
Back to the action for the fourth quarter as the Lindale Eagles put together a drive that was on life support on two different occasions, but the Buckeyes allowing the Eagles with flags to stay on the field, and they convert with a well-executed pass and catch in the back of the end zone to bring this to a one-score game with 12 minutes left. The Buckeyes will get the ball, but what was at one time a 3 going on a 4-touchdown lead is now entering the fourth quarter with just a touchdown behind. As Lindale Jeff is in this game, there's no doubt about it. We talked about earlier in the evening that we thought Lindale's coming into this game with 1-2. They'd lost 2 games by a total of 7 points. But the Buckeyes here in the third quarter really kind of self-destructive and allowing the Eagles back in it. Now watch for the onside kick here, but the Buckeyes have to execute this fourth quarter and put some comfortable breathing room between them and the Lindale Eagles. And they'll have to play 4 quarters tonight to get it done.
Yeah, that's for sure. The Eagles definitely not out of this game. This would be, if they're going to do an onside kick, this is the time to do it. They look at it like this. The Buckeyes can move the football no matter where we put it, so we might as well try to put it in a position where we can go get it. So I look for an onside kick right here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Could be wrong, but wouldn't surprise me at all if they try to kick this one kind of, a squibble kick and cut it short. So look for something a little tricky here as they get ready for the kickoff here. This is going to be the last quarter of the game here. It's going to be a regular squid kick fielded 25-yard line by number 5. That's the third time in a row they kicked it to Rockwell, and he gets back to the 37, 38-yard line. So Buckeyes in good field position. Let's see if they can get down the field and get a little breathing room between the Eagles and the Buckeyes here. 35-28 our score.
Buckeyes lead. They are 63 yards away from pay dirt. Start this first drive of the fourth quarter. Let's see if the Buckeyes can continue their hot streak and put it in the end zone here.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff. Handoff to number 29, Haynes, and he's going to be good for about 4 yards on the carry.
Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes would love to see a methodical drive here that they've put together the last couple of possessions. It ends in a touchdown.
Trip receivers to the right. Haynes in the backfield. Handoff once again to Haynes. Bounces to the left side. Dodging tackles. Dives forward for another 4.
That's all number 29 there. How many times, Jeff, have you seen the junior Ashton Haynes has done such a great job, really matured into an absolutely phenomenal back with his balance, and his run after the first contact is phenomenal. as he gets hit about the 40-yard line and winds up taking it 6 more yards for a manageable 3rd and 2.
All right, Haynes in the backfield, Rockwell in the fullback position. Handoff once again to Haynes. Picks up the first down, breaks free out, almost breaks free across the middle. He gets out across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. That's a big first down and almost broke that one for a touchdown.
He's a step away, Jeff. He looks like he's just going to run through that arm tackle, and he is so strong. I'm just glad number 29 is still got a year left on his contract. Just a junior, but he is something special.
We haven't seen number 5, Rockwell, with the pass reception tonight. Look for him to maybe dump one to him here momentarily as they hand off once again to Haynes, and he fights his way through the middle, breaks free out the middle, one man to beat, and he trips him at the last minute, and he goes down on the 8-yard line. Another great run by Haynes up the middle.
He is so electric, Jeff, as he just makes a jump cut there about 6 yards in, and he is so dangerous in traffic. Just a phenomenal possession here, as we've got flags everywhere.
All right, that's probably going to be an illegal procedure against Buckeyes, going to back them up 5. So we got some movement up there on the front. We got to really watch that because it's 1st and goal, from the 7. Now that's going to be 1st and goal from about the 12 or 13.
A little bit of operating room if you want to throw the ball here, Jeff, but you got to turn this into points. You cannot self-destruct down here with flags and 1st and goal. And again, I think you look for Rockwell, number 9, out here on the left-hand side as he's in single coverage, and that's dangerous.
All right, here comes the snap, and they're going to dump a quick inside route to I can't tell who that was.
That's Parker Gillow, I think.
He's going to get to the 10-yard line, so he'll be good for about 3 yards on that one. Bring up 3rd down.
Tennyson pass complete.
That'll be second.
Was Parker Gillow, it was.
That'll be 2nd and goal from the 10, Jeff, because that flag gave us 1st down all over again. So, fortunately, the Buckeyes got another 2, if not 3 shots at it here in this 1-score game.
Now look over here to the left side. You got Rockwell, and they've scored twice last week. They're going to hand it off again to number 29. Look at him just fight for those extra yards. Should have been down on the 5, but puts his hand on the turf, keeps his legs churning, and gets all the way down to the 2, maybe the 3-yard line.
Haynes the walk here, tripped up by Jake Kerbo, brings up 3rd.
And they're going to 3rd and goal here, Jeff.
So let's see what we're going to do here. We still got Haynes in the backfield. Low snap, hands it off to Haynes, touchdown.
He's just so quick. He runs the daylight as well as anybody at the high school level that you'll see anywhere. As I tell you, Ashton Haynes has got a bright, bright future. You know, Jeff, he reminds me of a young Gus Johnson who spent a couple of years in the NFL, was the all-time leading rusher at SFA, the great Gilmer back. And Ashton Haynes has got those kind of moves, and he's just a junior. I mean, I think there's bright, bright things ahead for Ashton as the Buckeyes put another one on the board to stretch this to 41-28 with 8:44 remaining in this game. Extra point left to come.
Good snap. Kick is up and good. And Buckeyes fighting their way to keep that gap a little more comfortable. It's going to be 42-28 with 8:44 left to play, and we'll be right back.
Rowdy Creek Ranch, located on Highway 300 between Gilmer and Longview, is your destination for a world-class escape. With everything from dinner and wine tastings to weekend retreats in our unique and luxurious glamping park, Rowdy Creek is a little piece of heaven right in our own backyard. Corporate events, reunion gatherings, weekend getaways, and even dinner with live music are all on offer at Rowdy Creek Ranch.
Back to the action here as the Buckeye offense responds once again with a touchdown here in this 4th quarter. Stretch this lead to 42-28 over the Lindale Eagles with 8:44 left to play in the game. They'll be kicking off again, Jeff. And on the last possession by the Lindale Eagles, the Buckeyes had them stopped and literally were coming off the field when they get an unsportsmanlike penalty that gives Lindale the possession and a 1st down. And they kind of gifted the Lindale Eagles opportunities, and Lindale took advantage of it. And they were just a 1-score game to start the 4th quarter. The Buckeyes now have stretched it to 2 and put the pressure back on Lindale. They pretty much got a score on this drive with 8:44 left in the game to stay in it. and to force the Buckeyes to keep putting the offensive pressure. But, Jeff, offensively, I think it's kind of been obvious the Buckeyes can do whatever they want.
All right, here comes the kickoff. We're going to be looking probably for a high pooch kick to the right side. It's a high, short catch, fair catch on the 36. So good field position here for the Eagles to come back with 8:44 left to play in the game. I'm feeling a little bit desperate here as they're down 14. And plenty of time left in the game, but you kind of start feeling that fourth quarter pressure. Hey, we got to get 2 scores on the board here.
And they can't make a mistake through the air, as Peterson has turned it over twice with interceptions and really could have had 3 or 4 interceptions so far tonight. If the Buckeyes come up with one here, it'll be a big nail in the coffin. 1st and 10, Lindale from their own 36.
Showing a little different set here. They've got a tight package in there, 1 wide out on either side.
And Tommy Edwards calls a timeout.
Yeah, he wants to look
Buckeyes.
at it because we had a different set that we hadn't seen yet tonight. They'll take a timeout, so will we. For all of your oil change and automotive service and maintenance needs, drop by Pit Stop Oil and Lube in Gilmer and take care of it with the fast, friendly, and full quality service. Pit Stop Oil and Lube is your hometown car care professional and can take care of anything your car needs to keep your vehicle running great and to keep you safe and satisfied. Conveniently located on Highway 271 North in Gilmer, if you need an oil change or inspection, make a pit stop at Pit Stop Oil and Lube.
And back to Lindale Stadium here, saying hi to Coach Mike Maddox, the athletic director for the Lindale Eagles. But once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. So we appreciate Coach Maddox hooking us up. And we were here for a playoff game against Canton last season, Jeff. And wonderful stadium, wonderful place. We feel right at home here. Lindale, class act.
All right, handoff up the middle. And Buckeyes not going to give them much on that one. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain. Looks like they're going to give them 4. That's going to be 2nd and 6.
And Jeff, Lindale's really got to make sure that on their first downs they get positive momentum. So they start this drive off exactly like they want to.
There we go. Now they're backing it up. I was thinking, exactly. Man, these guys are generous. 2nd and 7. Handoff once again. And they're going to stop him basically at the same spot. He may have picked up a half a yard. And that is going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Big Seth Jordan, the junior, coming in on that tackle, doing a good job running that down from his DN position from behind. And just a lot of depth here this season on the defensive front.
All right, here we go. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback rolls to his left side. Dumps one across the middle. It is caught for a 1st down at the 50.
That's a tight end drag route that Rolf Llewellyn sees, but not until it's complete. As you peek in the backfield and that play action will get you. Rowe does a good job coming up from his safety position to do run support, but that tight end is going to drag. And if you think he's going to be dragging a lot tonight, Jeff, wait till next week. That is Carthage's bread and butter, especially on short yardage situations. Gives the Lindale a 1st down from the midfield.
All right, here comes the snap. One back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, goes long, launches one downfield, and that is broken up with no flags on the play. Great job there by number 4, Cody Guidry.
Yeah, Cody is just running stride for stride, and the receiver literally is, you could call that either way. It's a great no call by the back judge there in deciding that, that's it's no harm, no foul.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 50. One back in the backfield. So we'll see what they're going to decide to do here. Snap. And here's fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper Peterson does a great job of picking up 14 yards. I mean, everybody bought in on the handoff. Peterson just pulls it out and does a good job getting downfield. That's the 2nd or 3rd time he's done that tonight, effectively. And
he hides the ball well, and those blue uniforms help too, because I have a hard time finding the ball too.
Yeah, Handoff. Nope, he keeps it again. And this time they're going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. They say they've got the football, but I don't see a referee agreeing with them. So,
well, that's.
Well, we had it.
Yeah.
Kendall Jackson says, well, okay. But
yeah, he gets up and literally leaves the pile with the football, but they are saying 2nd and 10 for Lindale once again. 6:15 left to play in the game.
Now looks like we came off sides. I don't think they're going to say we drew them off sides. Nope, that's the offsides penalty. So that's a 5-yard penalty they're going to assess against us. It'll be a repeat 2nd down, but it'll be 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's Braylon Ward, who will hear it from Coach Tommy Edwards for getting 5 yards when you're playing nose guard. It's hard to justify to a coach that when you're playing nose guard that you jumped off sides.
All right, and there's a flag, and I think this time we're going to get our 5 yards back.
That's
we are.
Right.
So that'll be repeat 2nd down again for the 3rd time. And this time 2nd and 10 again.
If you need a ride home, now is the time to call.
We will take it.
Get your ride home.
6:06 left to play in the game, Jeff. Lindale in a must-score situation, down 2 touchdowns, 42-28. And the black flag got them going in the direction that they want right now. 2nd down and 10 from the Buckeye 36-yard line.
It says 1st down on your scoreboard down in the bottom screen. Ignore that. It's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back. Nobody to throw to. He's forced out of the pocket and going to throw it away.
Yeah, you better throw
wisely.
it away because Roe Llewellyn will come get that.
I'm going to tell you something. I've been pretty impressed tonight with Peterson. He's got a lot of poise in the pocket. Guy's got a good arm. Pretty good little quarterback. He's got good legs.
Yeah, everything's correct, Jeff, except he's not little. He's about 6'4", and
yeah, he's a tall guy, but he's a thin-built guy, but he can hurl the football. I'll tell you. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, right side. He cuts back to the left side, up the middle, finding room, lowers his head. I mean, the guy's a hard runner. He gets a 1st down once again out to the Buckeye 25-yard line. You got to give some credit here to Peterson.
Yeah, number 56, Derek Borda, literally gets tackled and runs up to the wide hat and pulls his shirt out and says, "What?" Literally, they're pulling my jersey off of me, and the wide hat kind of ignores him.
All right, trip receivers wide to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff. Up the middle. Got a hole. And he is going to be hit and drugged down there by the linebacker. Number 5, Rockwell, makes contact with him.
So Peterson only 3 of 9 in this half, Jeff, as he's really gone to his feet and away from his arm here in this 4th quarter as they got 2nd and 5 knocking on the door of the red zone. 5 minutes even left to play in this ball game. Lindale 14 points back and needing to score on this possession, and then they got to get the ball back to draw even. Let's see what the Buckeyes do about it as we've got a timeout now, I think. And they're saying an official timeout.
I think it must be an equipment issue. They're going to send in a replacement for Borda. They must see something over there that, his helmet or something, chin strap maybe or something like that.
I can't, with safety on the line, you can't discredit the call, but they let it go right up to the point where Lindale was about to snap it, and then they called an official
All right, here's
timeout.
the snap. Drops back, going for the end zone, got a man, and that is going to fall incomplete. That's not his best pass of the night for sure. Rowan was all over the intended receiver, but it was just thrown behind both of them.
That makes him 3 of 10 for this half, Jeff. Now brings up 3rd down and 6. He needs the 15 for a 1st down.
1 touchdown and 76 yards.
Yeah, that's a good point by Coach Rob. His 1 completion is a touchdown for 76 yards. As Lindale is still in it, Jeff. 4:29 left to play. Big 3rd and 6. Obviously 4-down territory here. For
they've eaten 4 minutes off the clock on this drive, and he is under some pressure, rolling to his right. And just overthrows another one. So now they're looking at 4th and 5.
Here's your ball game right here. If you're a Lindale Eagle, it is going to come down to this play. 4:25 left in the game. Lindale trailing 42-28. They're at the Buckeye 21. They need the Buckeye 15 for a 1st down, Jeff. And I think you probably try to get 17 to carry the ball. That's been your most effective play all night long on some kind of an RPO here, run pass option.
They're sending everybody out for a pass. And they catch a guy open. Look at this for a touchdown. And when it counts, these guys, they know how to get it in there. That's second time in a row, with fourth down, facing fourth down, that they were able to punch it in. And Lindale, it's like we said from the beginning, they will not go silently into the night. They are here to fight into this ball game. Now with 4:18, you can almost rest assured we're going to see an onside kick this next kickoff.
Yeah, Lindale's got
Here's the kick.
Up and good to stretch it to 42-35. So we're back to a one-score game with 4:18 left, Jeff. Lindale.
This is very reminiscent of last year.
Yeah, very much so.
This is what we saw last year when we played this team. We'll be right back.
You've heard the saying, location, location, location. Well, at First National Bank of East Texas, we've got branches, branches, branches to proudly serve our family of customers across East Texas and beyond, providing the convenient banking and financial services you need to grow your business or to help you manage your money and fulfill your personal financial goals. First National Bank of East Texas, because together, we're better.
Okay, we're back to Lindale Eagle Stadium. It is always entertaining to be in the press box with Joe Dodd. Any Dodd, in fact. Any Dodd, if you've ever sat by a Dodd at a football game, it's definitely interesting. 4:18 left to play in the game. It is 42-35, and we're going to try to keep Joe from jumping out of the press box. He's still stressed out over this close game. But this is what, we kind of sold. This is how we build the game at the beginning of the pregame tonight. We said, hey, we're probably 14 or so better, and I think that's how it'll end up.
So here comes the kick.
You got the extra xylophone band.
Jeff can't figure out how to turn off the cell phone. So here is the onside kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Buckeye football, as that took a crazy bounce and took a right turn as Jay Rockwell was right in front of it, and it went out of bounds. So the Buckeyes are going to get this ball with 4:18 left and a chance to not only run the clock out but maybe score in the process. As Lindale doing everything they can do to stay in the game. Now, Lindale has all 3 of their timeouts left. The Buckeyes have 2 timeouts, but the clock is going to be their friend as we got a chance here to see Brandon Tennyson and the Buckeye offense respond here when they probably need another touchdown to put this game on ice. 1st and 10 Buckeyes, trips out to the right-hand side. Tennyson takes the snap, hands it to Ashton Haynes. He's got the corner. He goes around the right-hand side.
Lowers his head and picks up some extra yardage. Man, he is really running tough. 8 yards on that carry by Ashton Haynes.
Yeah, and the Lindale fans going crazy here because the block of number 5, Keith Rockwell, and I think they know what holding looks like, but we've seen it a couple of times when the white flag doesn't throw his flag on a holding call, and now the Buckeyes get that benefit as well. 1st and 10.
All right, here's the snap. Low snap, picks it up, got a man open. Rowan Flewellen catches the ball, but this turf monster got him. He slipped up. I think he got enough for the first down, though. He did. They're going to move the chains. He's now 1st and 10 from the Lindale Eagle 44-yard line.
Well, you saw that he was about to just throw one of those moves.
From the Lindale 44.
And when Rowe hits the brakes like that.
Yeah, Parker Gilo was out here by himself for a minute in the corner and said, oh, where'd you come from? Motion, handoff, up the middle, good for a couple.
Let's see if Lindale starts burning timeouts here, Jeff. 3 minutes left to play, and the Buckeyes still playing very quickly. They're being aggressive on offense, but that's only a 1-yard pickup. 2nd and 9, and that's probably where you want to try to make your stand if you're the Lindale Eagles. Now the Buckeyes are going to use play clock. 20 seconds left on the play clock, and 2:52 and counting. Brandon, obviously a great clock manager, is going to milk what he needs to off this clock.
Motion. They faked the jet sweep. They tried to do a quarterback keeper up the middle. Lindale said, nah, we've seen that before.
And now Lindale,
so that maybe gets a yard. That's gonna bring up third. That didn't even get a yard. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, now Lindale burns their first time out of the half, Jeff, and the chess match begins. 3rd down and 9 from the from the Eagle 44-yard line, and you got to think is 4-down territory. You get that question that comes up. You get the opportunity for the Buckeyes to use the wide side of the field is to the right. So if you want to roll Brandon on some type of run pass option, then you got the wide side of the field to his throwing arm, which is always nice to have. And so the Buckeyes are going to have a chance to talk about it. Once again, 2:36 left to play. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Gilmer leads 42-35. And they have been very, very aggressive, Jeff, on the offensive side of the ball. Not afraid to put it in the air, as you saw there, to Rowan Fluellen. Not a lot of accuracy issues with Brandon Tennyson in terms of fearing an incomplete pass.
Yeah, but you're 7 points difference here. You sure don't want a freak turnover here. Something that they can run back or whatever.
You have to execute. You
do. But you're looking at 3rd and 9. Ignore what's on your screen there. The guy that's running the scoreboard's living at 1st and 10 every play, but it is 3rd and 9, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They're going to go to the air. Brandon Tennyson goes long down the sideline, and it is.
Oh wow!
They're going to say no. They're going to say no good.
Yeah, Jay Rockwell comes up with the ball, but they say that they're bobbling that, and that puts now Coach Metzel in a hole. Is he going to bet on the offense, or is he going to play defense? He sends number 12, Cade Bowman, onto the field, and Buckeye offense is going to remain on the field here. 4th down and 9.
Yeah, this is.
Here comes Cody Guidry. They're going to punt this.
Yeah, they've decided they're going to put them. If they're going to try to march down the field, they're going to have to go all the way. So Cody Guidry comes in to punt here. 2:27 left to play.
And we're going to get a delay of game here, and we will take the penalty.
Yeah, they're going to punt, so they'll take the penalty, back them up just a little bit.
Actually, not a bad thing, because Cody's going to roll out to his right and rugby punt this thing down to the right corner. That's kind of his specialty, and. Coaching staff does a good job in Lindale and says, no, we'll decline that penalty. Thank you very much. We're not going to give you more room to operate. 2:27, it's going to come down to the black flag and special teams, and neither one of them have been too good to the Buckeyes here in this 4th quarter.
All right. Cody looks like he wanted to pass it, and he just kicks it straight up in the air. Once again, we were expecting a rugby-style kick, but we got kind of a short punt that goes out of bounds on the right side, and so they're going to get the ball back on the 30-yard line, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Now here's what we got: 2:19 left in the game. We got 2 timeouts left on both sides of the ball. We are 7 points ahead, 42-35. So Lindale says, hey, we got the ball in 2 minutes to get down and score to tie this game. Look for them to be aggressive. They're going to send 5 receivers out. Quarterback drops back in the pocket. He's got all day to throw. Launches one down the field, and it is picked off by the Buckeyes.
Got
it.
They picked it up, and that was huge. I can't tell who came up and got it. Let's see who they're all over there. Who is that?
That's Caden Tennyson.
Caden Tennyson. He comes flying up out of his safety position and just picks the ball off, and that was clutch.
That was big time.
That was big time.
Gilmer has it 1st and 10.
That was amazing, because we were about to have a barn burner of a finish to this game, and it's not over yet by any measure.
Caden Tennyson showed up with a water hose and put that one out in a hurry. and gave it back to Big Brother, 1st and 10 at the 45.
Well, this is where it becomes clock management. You know, after you get this first play off, they're going to start eating all the clock up. Handoff 29 up the middle. Big play, cuts to the right side. He's going to take it to the house for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Ashton
and
Haynes.
Ashton Haynes, on the legs of Ashton Haynes, he will probably have put this one away.
That kid cuts when he gets in line.
Yeah, he can cut.
All of the en masse Lindale fans just got up and headed for the park. So, as Mark Skinner said, Ashton Haynes just pulled the fire alarm, and everybody is heading for the exits. As the Buckeyes take this one out now to 48-35. No, that's
what it
extra
was.
Extra point
the
left
clock
to go.
guy is going home, I think. I think nobody's manning the clock.
Yeah, they've turned off the play clock in terms of down and distance for sure.
So here's the extra point attempt. It's up and good. So it's amazing. It's what I love about this game is the momentum shifts back and forth all through this game from the first quarter to the fourth. We've seen momentum shifting back and forth. What a great game here in Lindale tonight. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this game in just a moment.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Back to the action where Ashton Haynes bursts one up, makes a great cut at the line of scrimmage. He's got 178 yards on 18 carries tonight. And that's right at a 10-yard average per carry as the Buckeyes take what may be a little scare with 2 minutes left, and literally within 2 plays, an interception from the freshman, Caden Tennyson, coming up from his safety position and picking that off. And then Ashton Haynes, the junior, taking it the distance for a touchdown, stretches this back out to a 2-score lead with 2 minutes left. And here's the kickoff.
High pooch kick. Fair catch called on the 25-yard line. And Buckeye defense going to make their way back on the field.
49 points tonight, Jeff, from the Buckeye offense, and they were impressive at specific spots. But going into Carthage week, it's probably as good a teaching week as you can get. The Buckeyes had to play 4 quarters tonight, as we predicted. We thought that they were 2 to 3 touchdowns better than Lindale. I think maybe they're a little more than that, but they got to play, self-discipline. And overall, pretty much a good spot for now going into next week.
All right, they're going for it. They throw a out route over here. They're going to throw a lot of stuff to the sideline and try to use, stop the clock.
Complete 10 to Jacob Seaford. No. Second down. 3 for the Eagles.
Second down and 3. 1:56, only 4 seconds went off the clock. This will be all passing downs here now for Lindale from here on out.
Dropping back, and they're launching a bomb, and they had one nearly dangerously close to getting caught right there.
Yeah, number 3 just completely pushed off of Caden Tennyson at his safety position. Created a little separation, but still overthrown. So 3rd down and 3 for Lindale. Obviously 4-down territory. 1:49 left to play in the game. Buckeyes up 49-35. This will be a 2-down territory, or 2-down if they cannot convert here. Here's the snap. The quarterback's going to keep this one around the left side, and he picks up a 1st down out to his own 36. They'll move the chains with 1:46 left. They stop the clock, move the chains, and they will blow this one back into play. Clock will wind again. 1st and 10 from the Eagle 37, back to pass. Empty backfield set. They pass it over the middle, and it's intercepted by Roe-Fluellen. And look out, because he's turned the corner and he picks up some blockers. He's got one man to beat, and he steps out of bounds at the 24. And that will likely be it as the third interception of the night.
Peterson's pass
Intercepted by Ro Fluellen. And that, how many interceptions is that, Jeff, for Ro this season? Is that 4 already?
I think that's
4 or 5, right?
Nah, I think it's 4 maybe. He
well,
didn't have one the first game.
That's true.
So
from the Eagles, 24.
that's either the third or the fourth.
1:27 left,
yeah,
and we're going to hand this one off to some youngsters, and Michael Colbert is into the game. Big Smooth, Jerron Choice is into the game. And we will get out relatively healthy for Carthage Week.
Yeah, they're going to hand this off to Michael. Cuts back up the middle, driving his legs, picking up good yards there, probably about a 7-yard run.
Michael Colbert, the ball carrier for Gilmer.
Lindale won't stop the clock. We won't rush things. I think we'll run it one more time and then go into victory formation here, Jeff.
Well, we said at the beginning of the top of the show that it would probably be either a 14 to 21 point victory, and that's what we're looking at here. So this game played out pretty much exactly like we expected. I mean, this is a well-coached football team. They're a larger school than us. They're Division I. They got some size, they got some skill, and they're extremely well coached. Michael Colbert with the handoff once again up the middle. And
that'll be
clock's
it.
Just going to keep ticking down. It's 36.
Play clock is at 40 seconds, so the Buckeyes will not have to snap this. Lindale calls
takes
a timeout.
Call by Lindale.
I go score.
Yeah, Joe says now I'd
Now
go
go
score. Go throw it, hit it in the end zone. Rockwell in the end zone, top corner.
Why would you do that?
I'm not sure what the thought there is. Yeah, he's down there giving them what for. I mean, he is like jumping around and.
Well, you got to remember too, Jeff. It's a long season, and Lindale now has fought tooth and nail through 3 games that they've lost. They're going to end tonight 1-3.
And they're too good a football team to be
That's
1-3.
right.
I'm telling you. I mean, that's just a fluke.
They played great teams. Of course, when you play for a state championship like they did last year, and then you come out, nobody wants to really play you. They played Kaufman. They played Van, their big rival here, just down the road. And then they played the Buckeyes, and they win over Pine Tree and have 2 other losses, but in it for a combined total of 7 points. They're in this one to the very end, and you got to think that coach is trying to keep his team together.
And we got a quarterback keeper here, Brandon Tennyson. Look at him going all the way to the 4-yard line. Nearly scored.
Brandon had it in him to go put it into pay dirt once again, and we are about to do it again.
And the coach, 29 seconds on the play clock. They'll just take a knee here, unless we call another timeout. In which case because normally they would have taken a knee right here.
This is victory formation. 20 seconds. We don't have to snap it. It's the exact same time on the play clock as the game clock. And I think Allen realizes that we don't have to take a knee here. If we do snap it, BT will take a knee.
Hey, let me tell you something. This Lindale Eagles team's a good team.
They're a good team.
They're a good team. They're well coached. They played well tonight. They played clean tonight, I felt like. They executed well. This is a good football team. Don't count them out. You're going to see these guys in the playoffs, folks. I guarantee it. And just a great football organization. A great town here, Lindale. They always treat us really well when we're here. Just a great community. But the Buckeyes come out on top tonight, 49-35. And guess what next week is, folks? It is Carthage Bulldogs in Carthage.
Buckle up.
And it is going to be a battle royal.
All bets are off, folks. It's bye week the next week. Time to heal up and start district. But for right now, this is going to be an intense week of preparation for these Buckeyes to see if they can go avenge a state championship, really embarrassment, 77-14.
We agreed we were never bringing that score up again.
Well, it's
that's your last time.
It's going to be probably plastered everywhere in the field house this week to remind these young men. And honestly, don't look now, Jeff, but I think that the Gilmer Buckeyes have the ability to be the best team in 4A, not including the Argyle Eagles. But next week, it's going to be a test. They're going to have to play up to their potential, and if they do, these Gilmer Buckeyes have a chance to run the preseason to 5-0. they have a chance to knock off not only the #1 Carthage Bulldogs, Jeff, but it is also 36 straight victories at home for Carthage that the Buckeyes can spoil. So we will see you next week. Buckeyes win.